Aegis of fear.
They could wait for that butterfly and then go siege the high ground. It's a really big item. It's getting close to it. Only needs 1500 gold to finish it.
Butterfly coming soon. Also, the Jug's 25, so with all this armor on Jug, this doesn't feel like the Sven is going to match up against him. He has got a Bloodthorn queued up on Arteezy, so a way of dealing with some of that evasion, but careful. Smail spotted by this Observer Ward. Are they going to hunt him? Like that may be the call. And they chain stun him. Jerex.
Oh, he was about to blink in and echo, but the blink got cancelled by Slide. Bottom lane is being pushed in.
Go back and push this one out.
The one thing I noticed from the yesterday is that a lot of safe lane towers are being killed 20-25 plus minutes in. Look, OG's tier 1 tower on top still standing.
Dire's bottom shrine.
And they just killed the safe lane tower on the bottom.
Yeah, it's just not a priority to play around that part of the map. Here you go, Ana. He gets the butterfly level 24.5. He may wait for level 25 before they go for the high ground push. Aegis still with 3 minutes left on, so good health window for him to keep on farming for a minute or two if they want to, but Shaker's actually staying up top. OG's laying a trap. They're going to show well, not really showing these heroes, but maybe they're expecting to be scouted up by a ward or something.
Dire's bottom tower.
They're showing the Jug, so I think the expectation is that this top lane is a safe lane to push, but eventually Jerex says...
Jerex was there. There was a huge creep wave. If someone overcommitted, he could have gotten a solo kill.
No one on EG was willing to go for that tower. I think recognizing, you know, this Shaker is not showing on the map. If you don't see Shaker, you can't really go for that push. Even now, they're like hiding in the trees, and Arteezy only blinks out because he's got several teammates, including the Abaddon behind him to save his life. King's mid though. OG want to go high ground. They see Arteezy's Sven top, and this is where like, well, if they're going to be top, we got to force them back. Keep EG honest. Make sure they don't play out on the map. You want to force them to defend. And EG may just have to give up this rack. With his use, it looks like they want to try and defend this one. S4, he gets stunned up. He's going to lose his entire mana pool. Borrowed time force out as well. So now there's a 50-second window with it on cooldown, and Ana Manta doesn't. He dodges the stun, it finds him afterwards, but he's more than okay with this butterfly Aegis. He's just going to take out this melee rack uncontested, essentially.
Sven is dealing no damage to him. The mischance from butterfly, and now he's sitting at 50 armor, 49.
And they're just going to swing bottom. They say, let's just do that again, right? If they can't defend mid, what's to say they can defend bottom? But if you're EG, you do not want to go down a second melee racks. That's where this game gets very difficult to play.
Abaddon needs to be close, but maybe needs to stand a bit further behind because they're just popping his borrowed time every single time the fight starts.
Plus 1 second
going all in.
duration, yeah.
Bloodthorn on Sven.
Wants to be able to deal with this Jug. Jug just hit level 25 though, so an extra second of Omni Slash. Usually you often see that extra health, but I think he just feels tanky enough as it is, and wants that ability to just Omni Slash the Sven. Oh, gets going with the Bloodthorn, but there's an Insta Manta. Ana pops the Blade Fury, he's going to force Arteezy back on the backlines. It was actually the Ember Spirit who initiated in. He's forcing defensively Remnant out of there. He's lower under those two males, but be careful. He's waddling back up to try and take this fight. Ana with the Lotus Orb bounces the stun back from the Sven. Aegis lasts for 30 more seconds here. Ana, Nightmare is on him, and he wants to take it off. Doesn't look like it. Seb just throws out an Empower. Sven popping the God Strength here. Is he going to go in?
Use the Bloodthorn on him.
Yeah, he's going to look to take out Ana's first life. Is he even got the damage for it? There we go. They pop the Aegis. That Aegis was expiring in 15 seconds anyways. Can they take this fight? Now Ana immediately Blade Throughs on the backlines. They've lost crit though. That's the big kill. They were looking maybe for a Dark Willow Terrorize onto Ana. That he's going to be forced to buy back. Ana with the Low Sword still in the front lines here. Arteezy can't really throw out that stun unless he's willing to commit a BKB. Does Ana go for this melee racks, or do OG play it safe?
Bringing something on Jug. Alright, they're giving it G's.
Yeah.
He's making...
You've got to burst
this Lotus Orb is doing God's work because Sven can't really throw
He's out of mana. Sven, he's down to 150 mana. He can't actually take this fight, even if they don't kill him. Arteezy's forced back to the Fountain, so I think OG may try and take this rack. The problem is no one can really wake him up. If Magnus wakes him up, he probably dies for it. So you let Ana take the back here. He's got Blade Fury if you want to use it now, but Sam hiding in the trees. He gets the RP on the back line. This Hero in forward. They're going to throw it on Omni-Slash. Ortiz does get the BKB off, but he's behind the dieback. Ortiz been bashed up as well. It's a dieback. He's beyond godlike. Anna absolutely destroys them on the back. And Sumail, he's trying to do what he can. He's gone in 1 versus 3. He's lost his Willow. That's a dieback from Crit as well. And Sumail is in all sorts of trouble. EG running out of lives. They're just all dead. They're so bound up. 2 of them linked together. The Skewer are going to push them as well. And it looks like EG, they're down to their last lives here. They buy back on the Ember Spirit. S4 gets taken out as well. He's got no buyback. Jerix is invis in the backline with Shadowblade. He stuns up Sumail once. Gets to the second stun as well. That's an instant dieback from him. And I think this is GG. EG have been 2-0'd by their nemesis. OG take them out once again. It's a bit of deja vu from the last 2 teams met at TI.
OG's understanding of the game can be shown in this series. Sums it up, the way they're playing the map, the warding, everything. You see, they're playing so passively early on because they have a mag. They're just building the items. All they need is one good fight with an RP, with the good Shaker ulti, and this Juggernaut is getting out of control. Sven can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the OG that fans love to see him play. This is the OG that dominated the DPC many years.
Goodness gracious, Papa Ball!
And for the Medusa, it's being able to protect her non-stop too. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Even the lifesteal addition too, and they have stacks too. You see them farming now. Oh, not bad. Level 13, he's just continuing to accelerate. They're not able to get any tabs of him, so only 1k gold lead here for Fnatic, but pretty good at least for the Medusa farming. But that being said, also NIP did get these 2 towers, which is very important. Getting that mid and that top. And Ice is just, yeah, he's just keeping his face, just showing his face bottom constantly. The pressure on him.
Feeling pretty invincible at the moment. He knows that if they do want to try and tackle him, it's going to take a fair few resources.
Yeah, he just wants to look, just keep the lanes pushed in, keep Abed free to just hit.
Like your attack the heroes.
The invis, but there's a sentry
Sentry
ward down.
top
He
tower
does head over
needs
again.
some friends.
He's got backup though. He had PPD in 33 here, and they'll be able to get the light strike off because of that. Boo-boo, disruption, they won't do much. And NIP have the numbers to clean up the kill.
Only getting themselves 1 there. Sucks also goes top and drops the wards. As I say, Sai says thank you. Farm all those Serpent wards.
There's still so much space for the Medusa, as you mentioned.
Freedom.
So much space for Abed. He's going to hit a very quick Manta. As NIP have just been unable to really get in his face in the jungle. And Vice is pressuring that bottom lane as heavily as he has been. With the SD and Lesh combo constantly moving around the map looking for kills.
Bottom lane. Got the end of it. Did they get the bounty too? No, look, yeah, DJ was able to get at least 1 of them. So 3 bounties for NIP, and PPD also takes that time to walk in and put a really nice ward down around the enemy Ancients. So that'll be pretty good for them now, at least to keep tabs of that Medusa. Finally.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But Abed's already got the Manta.
Let's say, is it soon enough?
And he's got the talent. The level 15 talent is online.
So you come hunting for this Deuce. You know, she's going to be able to Manta, pop a snake out, half your mana's going to be gone.
33 is going to have to be sure to have like one charges in all these fights as this Tide Hunter.
Yep. With
this talent already out, we've seen the Tide Hunters, you walk up, you just get oomed. So it has to be a little bit careful how he does play around those Mystic Snakes. Much quieter game than the last time around. 5 to 7 only at these 16 minutes. Fnatic's just, yeah, farming. They're playing the farm game.
And they're happy to do that.
Ace looking to set up for DJ again down bottom, and this one looks like he's going to get it as a solo, but the arrow...
It's not going to hit, neither is the stun. So Ace gets the kill, and he's easily getting out too.
And he saw the arrow. They're actually bringing down reinforcements. Fada uses Boots of Travel to come down here. PPD also set up. They actually find Jabs here. That would be pretty huge for them. He shows face.
Jabs is going to show.
He is going to show. PPD immediately wrapping up. The scan doesn't come out. They do catch PPD with the scan.
Yeah, Jabs. He's able to weave his way safely out through the trees. But he's still sticking around. Sticking around here.
They're bringing more reinforcements.
Moonlight to get ISO Sice in position. Fine PPD, arrows out. Easy juke there from Peter. And make his way himself safely away from that Moonlight attempt to turn things around.
I like that they're not backing away though. I like that they're keeping the pressure going, because like we said, it's all about just letting Abed do this. Just let him keep hitting Ancients. Let him keep hitting this triangle. Forcing in those lanes as hard as possible. Even if DJ dies in those situations, that's like one of those deaths where that kind of sucks, but you know, you force the lane out really hard. Just really stinks that you get 400 gold the Gyro Cup.
Dire's top
Making sure they get top tower, sucks it drops his Serpent Wards even.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
The pressure is on NIP to continue to do this.
Yeah.
Got to try their best to take over the map. Slow, you know, speed up the game. Fnatic are very happy with this sort of slowdown.
Still getting pretty decent farm, at least on the Lina, as well as that Gyrocopter.
Yeah, Ace is totally recovered ready from the laning stage.
Yeah.
In fact, might be able to find some action down there. They did lose PPD.
No borrowed time for 8 seconds. 5 seconds.
And they'll have it back up in 1 second. It's not soon enough. It really wasn't. Literally coming back available as he dies. And they had a lot behind him. Maybe if it gets off, they could have turned around. They're still going to try and turn and fight anyway. Fnatic. Dubu drops the demonic purse. Soul catcher out to waste. There'll be a buyback from ISO Sice. Ravage pop for 33. It will catch and kill Dubu. Now DJ and Arped turning around as the Deuce has turned up towards the fight. Snakes out and 33's out of mana. They'll split the fight up. Jabs is able to pick off Ace. They'll run down 33. Arped getting involved in a fight that results in what looks to be at least a couple of core kills as 33 is trapped and surrounded.
The arrow connected perfectly onto Ace there. Even though the Ravage came out, it was on the SD, but it also caught Jabs in the corner on the right. But not the greatest Ravage coming out from 33 there. Kind of baiting his team forward. As they lose quite a lot there. But a lot of momentum too. 30 seconds down. No Ravage coming up now in the next few moments. And Fnatic, they don't really have these cooldowns that they need to play around too much. They can look to just go again. Go look to fight. And now the Deucer can get involved. The Deucer can start walking with his team and get involved too, especially with the Ravage down. As PPD steps forward.
Yeah, they're going to easily surround the tip and try and dive it down. Shields there to take the fire blast, stun out. Arrow hits perfectly and PPD's dead. And they're brought in once again. They know that Deucer is now strong enough to present herself.
Yep.
And she's got a lot of money towards the Skadi. 3,700 gold. Just 20 minutes in. It's a very, very quick farm. They're going to try and TP over, try and contest the runes. Maybe Jabs. Is he going to try and head down for it?
Instant scan comes out. So they know that this TP is coming out.
It's going to be 3 bounties for Fnatic.
Yeah.
A tithe to the
Now
impurities.
is farming the enemy jungle too. And yeah, that Skadi's going to be very close.
Yeah.
And a very good Skadi game. As we mentioned in the last one, Skadi better versus ranged heroes now than versus melees. And he's playing versus a Gyrocopter and a Lina. So Gyrocopter mostly the right clicker, but it's always going to be pretty...
And having these stats, it's going to make it harder for Fada to play his quick, fast game. He's no longer going to be able to just straight up nuke down the Deucer.
Yeah, and they've got extra ways too, right? They've got extra saves. They've got the Abaddon too to throw heals to get more snakes off, and they've got a Shadow Demon heal save as well. So multiple different saves to protect this Medusa. Gonna make it pretty tough for NIP to bring her down. This type of farmer.
For NIP, objective-wise, they have managed to take the 2 towers top.
They've got the BKB
Still
also on the gyrocopter, which is pretty decent. He got it unfinished after that.
Well, I think NIP had the entirety of Fnatic muted, maybe? No, there we go, okay.
Only Dubu unmuted.
Only Dubu unmuted. Yeah, Dubu's a very polite boy, doesn't spam the chat wheel. Everyone else on Fnatic, though, they love it.
Well, there was a good time where Dubu was playing, you know, in North America with all of us.
But
Oh, man. PPD was there too. Or unmute him. All teams mute each other.
that makes sense, you know, the mental mind games,
Yeah.
they are there with these chat lines. You know it, I've seen it multiple times.
Fnatic just continuing to push out these lanes. Nice though. He's getting caught by the stun as well. The missile also following up. Ace is committing forward. Fada didn't look like he wanted to, but it's an easy kill setup. As they're continuing for more. Second stun.
Oh, yes.
Cast
That ether
range.
lens, yeah, that cast range. He gets it from a mile off.
Yeah, it's so good when you have both cast range talents. And that's a pretty big, nice little swing of momentum there. Getting himself now tier 2 as well. Costly deaths for Fnatic.
Dire's middle tower just got
They're
knocked
actually picking up the
down.
Roche. I mean, they've got the Shadow Shot,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
What level is it? It's
they're
only level
moving
1 wards,
quickly.
but still.
But Abed, he's going to have the Skadi done.
Oh, they've got the Medallion finish too. So Medallion plus Gush plus Serpent Wards, easy.
Dire
Easy for an IP to get this.
I know where the Fnatic can head over, especially with Ice dead.
Yeah,
He's sort of their walking and go hero. They are without. There we have it. Aegis into the hands of Ace. Build, looking to hit him both from the north. Phase, drums, BKB. Daz is necessary against these SD-Lesh lineups, and then, then of course into the Aghanims. We have it, Deucer. Skadi complete. Butterfly's going to be next on the shopping list for Abed. Get that evasion out.
Yeah, he actually had a Q before the Scotty for a little bit, and then he had ended up switching it after he got involved.
Yeah, he definitely needs Skadi,
yeah,
right?
It's too good of a game for it, like, for the reason.
You leave your HP far too low if you don't get Skadi this game. Just less than a 1k difference between the teams.
Yes,
And NIP with that Aegis certainly look to try and keep the tempo up and try and find these further objectives. There's still a tier 1 tower sitting on that bottom lane, so a lot of money for them to clean up off the map.
And the good thing also is that, like, even though Ace was forced to go for BKB early, he has the steroid of Bloodlust all the time. Is nice. It's baiting them toward his team.
Abed's.
Uh-oh, the snake. It bounced to 33. He's out of mana.
And he's already used the wand as well, so yeah, totally useless really at the moment. He's got to try and wait and get his mana up somehow if he wants to
They clarity.
turn up with the Ravage.
Yeah, Fada had a clarity that he threw onto 33. They can keep him actually inside of this area to continue pressure on. Saksa quietly farming in this game. 0-4-1, but 77 last hits. He's got 6k net worth as well as a Lash.
Lincoln Neferlands.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Constantly keeping these waves pushed out. They're trying to set up for him this time, and it's very likely they get him. Ooh, the blink though. DJ. Does he know?
They know where he jumped.
Uh-oh.
They know the general direction. So they'll be able to clip him and clear the... Ooh.
They're actually bringing more heroes now. Can they get a follow-up? They actually want the quick TP out.
Okay, I mean, at the least Fnatic won't be able to farm the wards.
Jabs is chilling. Jabs is hunting for an arrow.
Is under attack.
He's a little too speedy. With that fiery soul, he's got the movement speed to get himself away and out of harm's.
He got the small camp, though. He got a small camp. That one.
There we go. That's a
little bit of gold.
That's a win.
Both sides. Both offlaners building up those solar crests to buff up their carries. Medusa and Gyro. Of course. Tends to be the item we see coming out. They have BKB on jabs, and they have some wards. Looks like they want to start to get down with this.
So Ace getting pretty low, 33 backing off, still holding on to the Ravage as Jabs has popped the BKB, leads forward, and with that Maelstrom damage he'll do it, take down Ace the once.
Very bad place for NIP to try to take a fight. Walking into a high ground versus a Medusa near the shrine as well, no way they can try to take that fight. And we saw there how powerful the Scotty slow really is. That 45 slow versus ranged heroes is pretty ridiculous. And he's actually gone for the Stone Gaze duration. I love this talent. I think I've been one of the big ones that always talks about it, because you can double stone people. You can get double Stone Gaze during it. Or whatever the actual interaction is. Petrified, sorry. You can get double petrified during it.
Fails the man to dodge, and the old chat line comes out for that. PPD.
Caught by the initial slow. But this Abed Medusa with this solar crest,
He's
with
had
his
so
behind
much
him.
space this game.
Yeah.
He is a big boy.
And look at this, they just keep buffing him up.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I mean, I don't know where the damage comes to kill him. It's not easy.
It's
if
going
you're
to take
NIP.
more time for the gyrocopter to be able to do so. He's going to need
I mean, a lot more time.
Ags.
Yeah, Ags is alone not going to be enough to help you kill this Dusa. Abed is massive. And with the perfect sort of lineup behind him, as you said.
Yeah, so many different protection, so much different protection for him.
Once he has the butterfly, they can't kill this Dusa. You know, it's a 2k lead for Fnatic, but you consider the lineup and the fact that they have such a farm Medusa. This is not as close a game as the numbers would say, by looking at it. This Medusa's a massive issue.
Yeah, they need to have some really successful fight for NIP, and they need, in particular, Ace to get, like, he needs to get some cleanup kills after this Ags, get, like, a Maelstrom into an MKB very quickly to be able to deal with this Medusa. Maybe even just skips the Maelstrom in this one, he just goes for MKB.
I think you do,
other ones.
when you see that butterfly come out.
Yeah.
I think that might be the case.
Yeah, he might just have to be a little bit more, like, just single target oriented with his just straight right-click build, rather than being able to farm a little bit faster with Maelstrom. But we'll see, as Fnatic, they might not even allow more time, because I think they're feeling that big peak timing right now for themselves as them rallying around Abed. Jabs, though, still setting up for kills in the side lanes, looking for Saksa with his BKB committed, and it's a quick...
I return.
Back in mid. Pressure still being kept up by Fnatic as they wait outside the doors of NIP's base.
Why not, right? Like you said, killing this Medusa feels impossible right now.
Just push on.
They send back the Lash and the Mirana, but they keep the two saves right behind Abed.
Abed might be calling for just a little bit of farming time to finish up the butterfly.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be an MKB actually for Fada, so he's also going to be transitioning to a regular
He
build.
needs it. That's the only way that they can kill this Dusa.
Yeah, they both have to go for these the Ags MKB.
3 once more.
We'll see what Ace Q's up next as well. And his Axe is done. He's going to stick to the Maelstrom.
Gonna stick to the Maelstrom, okay. Might see a change, but we'll see. Of course, we see the Fiery Soul stacks being taken by the Linus, and she is going for that right-click build. And Fnatic still kind of sticking inside of the NIP jungle, because they're still feeling very powerful as we've been. They're chilling.
It's DJ, yeah, getting those team items ready for the push. Pipe into Greaves.
Yeah. It's nice. They're going to have that advantage over an NIP side who doesn't actually have one.
Yeah, they know that once Abed has the butterfly, Fnatic they're in good position to try and close up a Rax, close up the game.
Yeah, threaten that high ground for sure. Hey, they're looking to smoke out. They're seeing people splitting away, right? They're seeing the Medusa, they see heroes top. Or they had seen some heroes.
For that wrap.
Trying.
PPD tries to open up. Shield as well, and Moonlight Shadow comes out straight away, making it much harder for NIP to find some sort of a grab. Scans out, they know exactly where NIP are.
It's with the Abaddon right next to her. Just...
You can't go on her.
You cannot go on her because you can't even blink Ravage or anything like that, because he's just got to ult and then shield her and remove it off immediately. So you have to be very careful how you go for those type of initiate plays. Bounty runes?
It is tough. I mean, we sort of felt in the draft, right? We're like, it's not going to be an easy Tide game. You picked it into an Abaddon, and 33 struggled to have an impact.
Yeah, so far.
But sure, you get that lane where you can farm, great, but then what's the plan after that? What can you do with this hero in this match?
He's starting to get out-farmed by the Lesh, even. DJ. Set is gonna be pretty significant in the fights, not even just from the damage. Like you said, just build some
Having this,
items.
Pipe, Greaves. You know, Greaves obviously doubly effective for a Deucer. It's health and mana.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of extra sustain. Not that Arbed even needs it at the moment. We've barely seen his HP drop.
Can't be high. It's walking in.
But he can. That's the thing, right? He can just sort of walk in like this.
And the snake returns. Full mana.
They haven't even hurt him. They haven't even hurt him. He's just going to walk in.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
boys. How you doing? As that's going to be already. Sacks are dead. They can't touch it.
They cannot touch it.
They can't touch it.
At all.
Just call it. It's time to unplug the keyboards. Unplug your mice, boys. It's game over. Give Jabs the rampage. Give him the rampage.
He misses the arrow.
But Arbed. Oh, Arbed. You may have carried the game. You may have carried the game, but I'm afraid you're getting kicked.
I mean, that is just the sheer display. They have no damage.
It's game over. This game is impossible for NIP. They cannot kill the Deucer. They never pressured her. Game is over and done.
They're spraying outside the fountain.
Yeah.
Giving them the loot.
There we go. We love it. We love it, ladies and gentlemen. We love the PM.
Yeah, this
It makes it exciting.
such a good last pick Medusa, and like you said, the Tide are
Great last pick Medusa. Not a very good fourth pick Tide, I'll be honest. The Tide pick didn't do anything this game. They really didn't. They picked it into an Abaddon, and the Abaddon Deucer combo together. It's pretty much sealed the deal. It's 15k lead. It won't be game over yet. NIP will hold on, but they're now 2 melee racks down. That range racks as well, pretty much gone on the top lane.
And they can't even hurt.
But they can't hurt Medusa. I don't know how Fnatic can lose this game. But then again, we've seen some crazy matches happen in the history of Dota 2. So maybe there's a world where Fnatic lose it. But I can't even envision that world. This Deucer is so damn huge.
Yeah,
and they can't hurt him.
Edge's gonna Aegis or Cheese or both. Yeah, not seeing a way for them. This might be the last resort. The smoke, try to catch them around that Roche. Can you get something? Pretty much, I mean, even if it's something perfect, I don't think you're gonna be able to get anything as Abed just walks out. He's looking for the fight.
He wants the fight.
Snake bounces, hits the Lina. Lina's at half mana.
He wants to steal.
They get a kill on the Shadow Demon.
I think that's we've seen what a few ravages he kills a Shadow Demon. That's all 33 is able to do this game.
Yeah, I mean, Ice just pops his ult, shield somebody, they pop Mech, they pop Greaves as well as the pipe, and then nobody else has any more damage, and they just kind of have to disengage instantly as, yeah, I mean, this one is a very clear-cut, nice strategy.
How do I see the Dota Plus prediction thing again? Oh, what's the I don't want to pause the game. Don't press the wrong one.
I'm not gonna, I don't know. It's not 9.
Oh, no.
Not F9.
Don't press F9.
Try 8 or 7.
Oh, God, try 8.
Do it.
Oh.
There you go.
99%. I'm surprised it's not 100.
Can it be 100?
It can. Okay. We have seen it be 100 in the past.
This one does feel like that, though.
Yeah.
Nice. The full Daedalus now on Abed 2. They just walk up onto the high ground with the 2 tanky frontliners. Fada's TPing in the back. He's trying to catch the back lines. As PPD dies to Jabs. Buys back immediately. Fada in the back, looking for Dubu. He'll find Dubu.
I mean, Dubu's, he's sort of taken one for the team in these fights. He keeps being the one to fall. But everyone else is getting shredded by Arbed. As we have yet to see Arbed's HP really drop by even 1%. GG is finally called. They know that this game's impossible. As Fnatic will be able to take Game 2 in this 2-game series, ending at 1-1 between themselves and NIP. And the second game, I think the draft was great from Fnatic. The play as well, it worked really smoothly. And I think definitely mistakes from NIP with some of these hero picks.
Yeah,
I really feel we are seeing again here why Tide is not necessarily the hero to go for if there's an Abaddon in the game.
Dodge, I would. Tri lanes are in mind.
have a Sanking against Ench. You can't really harass Sanking. Bring the sentries, you have a Quelling Blade, put it down, Enchanters can't see you. So you're gonna get the farm eventually. Even if you leave the Enchantress solo in the lane, you can always...
You again?
Here we go. Let's see how things unravel here. Another part where Visage is obviously strong is a good hero to get Bassering on. We'll see that typical Sage's Mask starting item. Visage into the Bassering, same thing from Chalice on the Enchantress. He'll be getting plain Bassering himself as well. Figure out what those early lanes are going to be. Some scouting missions going on. 4-man movement down bottom from Newbie, so sending all their heroes together for now. By breaking out, here come PSG LGD. Newbie have numbers. FY, he's trying to run into this one. He's a tanky fella, but it's a 2-man Burrow Strike. They're going to go for the 2-man Stormbolt's followed up. There's the Solar Assumption as well. FY goes down. First blood claim by Newbie. Warlock will get himself out of there.
Oh, the dream for Twilight Eye. He gets the first blood kill. We saw him yesterday struggling, especially with the dewarding. He bought like 5 sentries to get those 2 wards dewarded.
Mid lane high ground wards can always be hard to find if you don't know which side of the river, whether it's the top or bottom side of the river. And CM and Visage sticking together, so they want to make sure they do have this strong tri-lane wherever they go. It does seem like that is
for once we're in
going to be the case.
Once they hit level 2, this tri-lane, it's gonna be extremely painful for play. Yeah. You have Crystal Maiden with Aura, they're gonna have Ring of Bassi, unlimited mana sustain.
Yeah.
Also, Warcry on multiple heroes. They can dispel it with the Chen.
True. I guess I don't think you're looking to maybe even level it that early on to use offensively. You're playing in a 2v3 lane. I think they're going to be just trying to stay alive, if anything.
Also Enchantress in the mid-game. Stage is gone. Can spell the Flame Guard.
Well, they just go in aggressively, instantly throwing out some nukes here. Looking to build up those Soul Assumption charges. Throws it right away. They've got that mana regen for the Ring of Bassi, and they're just looking to take advantage of it.
Magic Stick is a must-have.
Yeah,
in the tri-lane.
Already bought. X-Nova, he's got his. Unfortunately for Chalice on the Enchantress, buying this Bassering means there isn't money for a Magic Stick for a couple, 120 gold.
And there's nothing Ogre can do on the bottom lane, so they're just gonna swap things around. And now they have a Faceless Void on the bottom, which I think is a correct choice for LGD, because it's way better to give him free farm instead of Enchantress in 1 versus 1 scenario.
The Void has no chance of farming against this tri-lane, I feel. About making sure he pulls this wave up. He's looking for actually going to grab the range creep there. Nicely played, but as a result, Newbie are going in, getting aggressive, throwing out some nukes here. MSS is lower mana, but they do have mangoes. Pilot Eye can mango him up. He's already used 2 mangoes here, so they're using all of their mana, all of their mangoes.
If you use one of the mangoes on this, you can have mana because his mana pool is bring the limit. 170, is that the highest mana cost spell level 1?
It might be.
It is for sure.
Might be more. Mid lane's gonna be the Ember vs Kunkka. Pretty even matchup so far. 2 great mid laners. Very fun players to watch. CCNC, one of the standout players on this Newbie side, and Somnus, or Maybe as he's also known. A fantastic player in his own right. Snova messing with the creep equilibrium with this pull cam, making life a little bit harder for Newbie to control waves.
They should have blocked that pull cam on side.
I think
the
Newbie,
small one.
Oh, the small one, yeah. I was about to say, I think Newbie want the big camp for themselves, but didn't expect X-Nova to be able to pull it. He was able to do so because he got the Dark Trolls. I think if you get the melee camp, it's not actually possible, but... Gets the range creep denied. You are waited to pull the camp over. He timed it so he could get the range denied. It's little efficiency plays. And there are level 2s coming out now. You mentioned level 2s for this trial and is going to be key, but it does feel like they are going to settle down a bit. Their CM's falling back to go for some stacks. Looking for the double stack here in the jungle. Pyrelite die. Success.
Stack both of those.
Nova himself gets a stack on the big camp. It looks like he only got 1 stack.
They're getting harassed on the top lane a lot, and they're running low on regen. Gavar staying on half HP. A lot of sustain from Enchantress's heal, and Warlock also is now level 2.
With the Bloodlust, it's just constant right clicks as well. FY hits level 3 even. He's got 2 points in Fire Blast now. Like a lane. LGD's kind of figured out how to maybe play against this. They're tri-laning the Enchantress, which isn't what you'd expect, but they're giving Void this straight up 1v1 lane where he can get decent farm. 14 CS to the 14 of Sand King.
Come on, sprites.
And Ogre's also getting some last hits. This is not the hero that you want to focus in the lane. You want to go for either Enchantress. Ideally, it would be Warlock to get a kill on him.
Chalice giving last hits to FY. That says a lot about the nature of this team and how much they like to prioritize FY sometimes. There's a Fire Blast just for some casual harassment.
Dire fortified their structures.
That Bloodlust. Creeps. Nyx Nova getting the nice Wild Wing Blast hit here. Is FY, he goes in aggressive. They've got the Soul Assumption. You are pops the stick with the Warcry to keep himself alive. And FY getting very low Soul Assumption comes flying out. Not enough damage by itself here. There's a salve as well. FY trying to stay in the tree so he doesn't lose this one. He's going to turn and get some right clicks off. Firelight Die goes down, and they want a second too as well. Newbie have overextended. It looks like several kills going to go PSG LGD's way.
Gavar should have brought Flask to himself because he can't get close. Like, he is their damage, and he's just standing far away from the fight. Bounty runes are gonna spawn in seconds.
Careful if he goes for this, and they main, but yeah, it's got help. CM TP's in with a flask. Comes Ogre though. And what's going on here? Duar, I think, realizes he's just got to go for his own. Here's it. Stout Shield Ogre. 9 armor at this stage of the game with level 3.
Dire's middle tower is
solo
under
kill the mid lane using those fire remnants elsewhere.
Try to defend you a little bit.
I like how you threw in a wee. Thanks for the call. You got my back. We're a team here.
Ember Spirit got level 6 way before Kanka, and there's no way for Kanka to remove his Flame Guard pre-level 6.
And it looks like he used all his remnants, so it's probably like a triple remnant offensively. Oh, he's going for the TP out. He gets the stuns. Mid TP, that's going to make CCNC's lane a little bit hard. He's going to have to do the walk back to base now. But yeah, the Void just must have gotten bashes because he did not use Chronosphere to kill the Visage, who presumably contested the bounty runes.
Radiant's middle
Probably
tower
got
can't
4
handle
bashes
this
in a row.
deluge.
What happens with
Faceless Void has this Ring of Health. I would not mind seeing him upgrade that to Hood. We've seen mid one, the Hoodman's Slug, and there was a lot of magical damage on the enemy team.
It's such a value item for carries. You don't want to get the pipe because you're not going for the teamfight items, but just the health regen that allows you to farm jungle and just sustain yourself in lane combined with the survivability it gives. Very nice item to have. We'll see if he gets it. You don't necessarily want to rush it. He's going to get Trex double Wraith Band first, wants some attack speed so he has kill potential. Chronosphere. PSG LGD winning the trial against the Visage. They are up 2k gold as a result of that. But here come Newbie. Slider Fade, Fist, Searing Chains, gets X-Nova low, but enough to get a kill.
Yeah, CCNC put 1 point in Searing Chains usually.
Like a drunk
We see 044 build.
Bit more catch and kill potential. Lane CC's going aggressive again. One Somnus. Somnus may have to use this boat just for some damage mitigation. CCNC doesn't commit for the kill.
Has 9 sticks. Also on the top lane, the left Enchantress, she's about to hit level 6. And then whoever is at her lane becomes unplayable. Sand King has a point in Epicenter, so a lot of magical damage if they... he does not have enough mana actually.
Is drowning.
5 sticks.
Let's say that's why they send the Sand King here, because he's got Invis to play against the Impetus, but problem is, instantly X-Nova TP's in with a Sentry. King, he's got a TP, he may just have to go for that one. Decides just to Borrow Strike through, still has stick charges to play around with as he does fire up a crown. Fatal Bonds on the
Another Sentry.
Yep. Sand King, think he's safe, but with the sentries there should be a kill. Burrow Strike, he needs mana for it, doesn't have the kill. It's Pylai Die. Will get a revenge kill for him.
One thing that worries me about the Newbie right now is that Sven does not have that much farm. But there's a lot of stacks, only has 1 point in Great Clue, bottom lane.
Trying to see a Bloodlusted Void. Well, he can go for this tankier build when you've got Bloodlust. It's 2 points in already. That's a lot of extra free attack speed for a Void.
He's a high level. 4 points in time lock whenever you proc it, extra
Dire's
damage.
middle tower is drowning.
Meanwhile, Sven, his counterpart on the other team, only level 5. So 3 level difference between the two carries, since one of them was playing in a solo
Dire's
lane.
middle tower is under attack.
Very happy faces for it.
Radiant's
PSG
top
LGD having a
tower is on the
fantastic
rocks.
early game here. Count the bashes. Snaking in trouble. He's got no spells.
Radiant's
He may
top
just die here if he
tower is
gets
under
bashed
attack.
once or twice more, but they don't want to commit tower. Not enough bash.
My bash can bash.
Bash
What's the-
Deception.
What?
Because it's what? It's pseudo RNG?
Yeah.
I assume. Well, I don't know if it's separate, the extra bash. Top. No one really able to lane up here very easily. They thought the Sand King could, but Sentry Wards proved otherwise. So it does feel like a free lane for Enchantress just to sit up here uncontested. We've seen this typically with Ench though. You kind of win the lane, you have a great start, and then there is that fall-off period
Yeah,
where
but you need to do something with all that farm, all the advantage that you get. The problem is Sven is jungling, also Sanking loves the jungle. Same goes for Ember Spirit, but right now Visage is only level 4. They need that dome. It's not gonna even get him to level 6.
Bounty Rune's coming, CCNC wants to contest it. Won't get a chance to do so, so both bottom Bounty Runes going to go PSG LGD's way. It's top lane, the 1-for-1 trade. So 3 Bounty Runes for PSG LGD. And there's the tomes coming out. So Warlock gets one, Visage gets another for the level 6 birds.
They should play around the Sanking. Sanking has a lot of damage. Epicenter was not used yet. Smoke up when Visage gets level 6 with the birds, try to get a kill.
Tome, I don't think he's quite be there. LADI level 6 with the Crystal Maiden up top. They're doing there, hunting for a kill here. The Warlock was hiding in those trees, but they did find X-Nova, who has his own book coming out, so he's about to hit level 6.
Radiant
There we go. Warlock, the rock coming to play. Snaking. Uh-oh. He's the hero you said that you want to see them play around. Fortunately, he's going to find himself getting Chronos feed up here. Ame hasn't even got the bashes on the damage. He's very tanky. Snaking will survive his way through it.
Cut Tidebringer. Let's see if he can do it one more time. Yes, that is the second Tidebringer. Nicely done. They didn't have any reveal. And Ogre, he's going for Hand of Midas.
Four position, and that's what you do.
Take the plunge.
Why? He knows what's up. He's like, I'm getting Midas. Warlock, you don't even think about getting a Midas. Keep buying those wards, he says.
Ame has Battle Fury queued up. This might, I'm gonna call it right here, this might be the only Battle Fury of the tournament. Because that item feels so underwhelming. He wanted to upgrade the Ring of Health into something.
I think there's a few, I don't mind, obviously there's going to be I feel like there's going to be an anti-mage battle block.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry.
But the only maybe non-anti-mage battle fury. I don't mind it on Void. I think it's one of the heroes that needs the farming capabilities. When Chrono's down, you just feel like, what do? You farm so slowly, and you'd have no real kill potential. So I feel like Void is one of the few heroes that can build Battle Fury, alongside like PA maybe as well. But other than those 3 heroes, I don't think anyone.
Dire's middle tower is
Maelstrom
under
feels
pressure.
Better choice. Even the troll are not building it. Better substitution for it.
Somnus. Found up by CC. They drop the rock here, but that means that Epicenter could come out, but the Torrent follows it up here with the boat. Is the damage mitigation going to get him kick in? It doesn't look like it. The rock also being right-clicked here. Ame's rotating. He's got double damage. He's looking for a bash on CCNC. If he gets 1 or 2 more right-clicks, he may just find this kill. The root is there, but the impetus damage is going to be too much. And now with the Fatal Bond, Snaking getting very low. He doesn't die to it, but instead it's MSS brought down.
How Void joins the fight, even though he does not have a chrono, no points in time dilation either, but still. The birds
Killed 1, not both. So a lot of gold and also the cooldown. Oh. What? Oh, he got killed off bottom? Okay. That was FY with a solo kill. What? He only did 3. So Sand King TP'd out on 100 health, but he didn't TP base, he TP'd bottom.
I guess he wanted to regen up because he has Tranquil Boots, he has Veil, so a lot of regen.
Yeah.
And
Radiant's
Crystal Maiden Aura,
tower
he
has
didn't
fallen.
have to go to base ever, unless he dies.
I saw him TP out from top and just
Radiant's
assumed he
middle
TP'd
tower is under
to
attack.
base because he had no health, but yeah. He only took 300 or 400
middle
damage from an
tower has
ogre, which was,
fallen.
I guess, multicast fire
Yeah, it's
blast.
one of those Pepega moments where you regret it right after you do it.
Yeah. He's like, okay, that was not the play. Mistakes were made. Snaking is one of those players who will push his hero to the limits a lot and be a bit greedier. And right now, PSG LGD have crushed the lanes though. 14 minutes in, it's a 5k gold lead. Build up some stacks and
And they're going for all the greedy items, and it's 5,000 net worth lead. Faceless Void, going for Battle Fury. Newbie needs to punish this. Kanka not building anything until the Radiance. You kept position 4, who doesn't get any
Dire's middle
items.
tower
He's going for Hand
is
of Midas.
drowning.
and after getting that solo kill, FY and his team also got 2 towers. So FY suddenly has Midas and level 9 at like 15 minutes in the game. Well, he hasn't quite got Midas, but he's just about to have the gold. His support. Very strong, scary stuff. FY starting that transition to core status nice and early. As for Newbie, this Trilane Visage not feeling all too scary. 0-4 has maxed out the soul assumption, so the nuke potential is there. Perhaps they're considering this one of the answers to the Enchantress. Definitely a hero you want burst damage and magic damage against.
In the next couple of minutes, LGD will get all the items that they want. Chalice.
Gets caught in the freezing field with the Burrow Strike. There's Visage Familiar stun, but he's healing back up. He pre-casted the heal. He even has a force up if he needs it, but Chalice doesn't even need it. He's just going in aggressively. Pilot Eye positioning in the trees was great. He had a full duration freezing field, but it doesn't matter or count for much at all because now Ame's showing up. And with Chalice getting a double kill, this fight all but lost as Newbie.
They're not even using their ultis besides the boat. They're still winning team fight. This is not looking good for New at all. If it's time to strike, it is right now, because in the next couple of minutes they will get the Radiance up, they will get the Battle Fury plus more items on the Faceless Void,
Radiant's
and
bottom
the
tower
Chalice is
faces
out
a
of control. We
stiff
talked
wind.
about the Enchantress, what she can do and why she's as a top pick after the laning stage. You should pretty much always have a good laning stage. You need to transition her into the carry. We saw Ice Ice yesterday where he actually didn't have any influence at all.
Yeah, you've already seen it a bit here. Not even going for that hood often that you want against the magic damage. I think realizing that the transition into being a carry comes from having this Hurricane Pike. And that's exactly where Enchantress rushing, but she's going to get ganked down.
4 staff.
Yep, 4 staff away. Has the heal now as well. Can't look to turn this one. This tower is still alive as well, so anyone on the LGD side can TP in. The boat's going to catch out too as well. You are. He's got no escape. And it's suddenly 3 heroes deleted in the team fight combo. The boat with the Fatal Bond.
That was a really bad gank to start with. Enchantress was already showing her 4 staff, and they can't really lock her down unless Sanking goes in first. Stun, and then with the Sven's follow-up stun to keep her in place in the epicenter.
DCNC will get a consolation prize that is the tier 1 mid tower, but you don't feel good about that one. They'll see Void Army with a completed Battle Fury now. It is
Radiant structures are fortified.
very, very strong early
Radiant's
game coming out from
top tower
PSG
is on the
LGD.
rocks.
9k gold lead. Ogre's already working towards a pipe. There's a 4 position. Chalice has a completed Hurricane Pike. Everything coming up looking good so far for PSG LGD. You have a Sentry Ward down here. Snaking has to be very careful.
That's a full Radiance on Kanka.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
That is going to cause this
They're trying
Sven.
to bring
I mean,
down
Sven just
Radiant's
can't
top
fight.
tower.
He's just playing farm. And that's all he can do, but that's a problem because normally around 18, 19, 20 minutes is when you want your Sven starting to consider coming to like his first team fight.
Dire's bottom tower is about
Far
to
behind on items.
flounder.
Ame. He's got a Chronosphere, runs into some heroes here. Instead it's going to be the CM dying elsewhere. He may look to turn. This Warcry won't last all too long.
And this Ogre is becoming, as you said, a core, but he's transitioning into the items that usually your offlaner buys, because Enchantress does not go for those items. And I love the pickup on Edge. She has BKB queued up, she understands that there's a lot of magical damage on their side, also has the magic resistant talent, and now she swaps it to Aghanim Scepter so I can...
That's what these plays are all about. Baiting us out. Well, I'll pretend to go that item and then I'll change my mind. Don't worry, Ami's got... And he buys the Mithril Hammer, so he's committed. Well, you know, he could go Maelstrom.
God, no.
Dire's
I mean, you already have a battle.
is about to take the
Now H has a Lotus Orb speed up, by the way.
under attack.
Chalice, not quite sure what the item is. Let's just leave it at that.
Gone.
There's several different ideas floating around about what may be the optimal.
All these three items are good. I'd say Aghanim Scepter the third one, because she's gonna deal the damage. Even if this game drags, you're gonna have Bloodlust at the Enchantress. You're gonna scale. She needs a survivability item. Either it's the Lotus Orb or a BKB.
Chalice says, I'll just stop in this tier 3 tower down bottom. Didn't have to do so. Ultimately, not really thinking about the high ground here. Still working on items. Arme just farming away, level 14. All the farm in the world now that he's got this battle fear. And okay, top net worth, Arme. Sorry, maybe having a fantastic start.
Visage alone, look at this damage.
Ogre thing.
She's just beating him up.
Nice counting.
Bottom as well, they're going to find another kill. Chronosphere with impetus damage. Kill. It's finding pick after pick. The ward setting that one up. They had vision there, but I think they realized Newbie's just playing keep away and defending high ground, so using a Chronosphere for a solo kill. The worst option. We do go looking for seasons. He doesn't even try and hit it. Oh, Torrent was on the back from mid lane. It's like,
At least I will pick up a few bounty runes from that. 11,000 net worth lead, 20 minutes in.
looking good for Newbie. They were so competitive with Secret yesterday. I think there was high expectations for this game. Oh, FY, hello. He's going for the solo kill on the Crystal Maiden. Holding on to that Frost Blast for a little bit longer. Now looking to throw it, but Pilot Eye juking in the trees.
The Midas
is under attack.
Stuns are there, and yeah, Axe gets out. Double Midas. Held onto that stun. I think realizing that if he used it, CM could TP away, but at the same time not using it meant CM could juke.
But Enchantress was getting closer, and she's going for that Lotus Orb. A lot of spells to echo back. Remove the Searing Chains, Grave Chill.
One of those good items for trying to break high ground too, because chuck on your carry, so your carry feels a little bit more secure hitting high ground buildings. You don't want to go in and Burrow Strike as a Sand King if someone like Void is pushing high ground with the Lotus on him.
Their tower damage is pretty limited. Unless they drop a rock.
Safe LGD, just playing the farm game. BKBs are coming. Somnus has completed his, Void has completed his. So double BKB, the third on Enchantress. It's not coming yet, maybe later on, but for now, happy with just getting the Lotus Orb for the team. We got the Time Walk. Talent. Enchantress also 15. Kunkka plus 12 health regen.
At this point, Newbie should try to get a pick up, because Sankin got a Blink Dagger. There's no point farming. They're just gonna get out farmed no matter what. Their late game is much worse than what the LG.
Void is, yeah. Chronosphere in late game is one of the best spells in the game. Guaranteed pick off and kill big crazy ult. They're just getting picked apart wherever they go. Chalice finds a solo kill top on Pilot Eye. CM, and this feels like there is just no signs of life from Newbie whatsoever this game.
Radiant's top tower is on
Go
the
for a
rock.
Chronosphere here.
Radiant's top tower.
Whipping for it.
Dire's bottom tower
Any
is
football
under
for that.
attack.
And they're actually poking on high ground. Despite the Void not being here, they just feel that confident. They can always disengage.
Kunkka deals a ton of damage with this build. He's also level 17, got a tome for himself. Wants to get to that level 20, the extra 25 strength. There's no way he's gonna die.
No. In fact, they're threatening high ground with 4 heroes around here. Really speaks to the scary teamfight of PSG LGD. Kunkka boat, Warlock rock. Void's showing bottom as they sit up here, but instead I think they realize Void may be in a bit of trouble here. The Dire Ward was in the neighborhood, I believe, scouting out several of these heroes, and smoke into TP. Here comes the epicenter. The BKB is popped. Arme just says, "Oh, safety first. Let's kill off this Sankey. I don't know if the Chronosphere alone is going to be enough. He needs some detection here, and the backlines, MSS gets deleted by the Enchantress, and Sankey be out. Successful. Newbie cutting their losses here. X-Nova's, well, gonna find Pile die. There's no living for Enchantress.
Even Bloodlust to the tower.
Pay attention
Instantly
next time.
smoke to come back to the tower way faster.
It's a smoke to use as Midas.
Radiant's bottom
needed that
tower
movement.
Oh, that
is
makes
under
a lot.
attack.
Simple math.
Double damage, Kunkka 400 damage with the Radiance burn.
Radiant's bottom
Yep.
tower.
And they
Radiant's
would
bottom
probably just,
tower
hitting this
is
Rax.
under
Forcing out a
attack.
buyback. They don't have the Chronosphere, so they play a little bit safe.
Core is 420.
Always a fan favorite. CCC stunned up once. The follow-up stun is there with the Torrent. He just gets taken out.
A client
Immediately
has logged
killed off.
out.
60 seconds on the sidelines with a buyback. Maybe forced to use it here as Pilot Eye going for a freezing field on the high ground, but the impetus damage still doing some good work here as they kill off 2 supports more, and you are in with the BKB Godric. This is kind of the last hurrah, but the impetus damage is going through, and they're just deleting them, and GG is called CCNC. The last hope of NA taken out with a dieback and absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, there's no point to be in this game anymore because you're not going to learn anything and you actually might get tilted. This was such an amazing performance from LGD, I would say. There's basically no mistakes made. They
mid lane, and Moon looks exposed right now. He's low, but he has his own healing salve and a bracer flying out. Once he gets the kill potential from Liquid, I just don't think it's there in this mid lane.
I suppose this is also like the downside. Like GH's rotation really doesn't do much. That's your kill potential you talk about. If he was on like an ES or something like that, it would have been like a harder rotation in that could do something. But Kuro can't rotate off either. He still needs to sit down here with Miracle, giving him the Shadow Word, giving him the life to fight against KP.
Yeah.
But this is... like,
that's one lane that's going well for Liquid, at least.
Yeah.
The bottom lane is going well. Top lane is going probably slightly better than expected, actually. This is a very difficult lane for them. And mid lane is not looking hot at all. But, you know, Mirana roaming, get a kill. That's how it goes.
just kind of also interesting to watch a Terrorblade who hasn't really burned Metamorphosis yet. With the creep wave behind him, maybe it's time to actually go for something, but he's gone for Conjure Image as well as Metamorphosis, so he wants to do something with it.
He hasn't used it at all, right? So mostly what Terrorblade will do is he will Metamorphosis the first creep wave to get guarantee CS. Oh, GH is in trouble.
He's okay.
Are you sure about that? It's a level 1 Melody guy. So. I actually, this is close. Okay.
17.
17. It's always 17 with Dota, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, but, sorry, Metamorphosis Miracle, not using it.
Usually you use this on the first creep wave on Terrorblade to secure CS, and then when you want to start pushing the tower, you have it again, but I feel like Miracle didn't use it at all, which is kind of unusual. One of the other really good Terrorblade players that more or less consistently does exactly that is Ramses from BP. You'll always see him use the Metamorphosis first wave and do really well with it. Mind control.
Are they going to go for the Mallet again? He's just going to TP away.
Yeah, he knew he was going to die from this. Good call. Long TP though.
He's going back to the shrine.
Good early game from Mineski so far. They should be feeling pretty good about themselves. All of their cores should be reporting, I'm doing well, my game's good.
They want to go again on Weeha. Reggie Potato just needs a little bit more information, but Kuro has now moved himself in towards the mid lane.
Since I think they knew Mirana is in here, and because of that, the Terrorblade can be alone bottom for a little bit. Soon, Miracle is going to transition into that jungle, so I think the reason Kuroki has left him is that Miracle's like, I'm fine here now, you can leave me alone, I'm gonna farm this wave, I'm gonna go jungle soon, and then somebody else can go take bottom lane. Probably Rubik from GH will go here to get some much needed levels. He's currently sitting on level 3, and you don't want him draining too much XP from mind control, because he's already gonna be struggling up here to get the experience that he wants.
God. Moon's hoping the Raging Potato stops taking damage. Good sentry ward now from Kuro, so we can get rid of that obs quickly. That's where Mineski's had a full duration ward there before. This time around they won't let it happen. Paralyzing cast still gonna hit, but then it doesn't mean the arrow from Raging Potato will connect. The Spirit Siphon from Moon will do some work with the Crew Swarm. That's just making sure the guard falls down. And then Weeha falls. Mineski really trying to stay on top of him, and this is what they were looking for. Exorcism up, push towards the tower on the catapult wave.
Exactly. Very, very textbook and very nice play. Arguably, Weeha should have maybe been a bit more ready for this. There's 2 supports missing. There's, you know, the siege wave is coming. So either Weeha needs to play more defensively, or he needs to have supports there. Rubik could have easily saved him in this instance by being nearby, but they've got kind of troubles a little bit everywhere. So
Raging Potato's also taking a hell of a lot of damage thanks to the Fatal Bonds. Like, GH is going to find him and leap. Well, that doesn't put him up on the hillside. Fatebolt has to actually burn any kind of consumables. And is there another leap? There's a TP away to safety. And Kuro, the damage output, it won't be enough.
Nice bottle usage.
Ooh.
Close.
Very close.
They do defend their mid tower though, Liquid. They allocate a lot of resources for it, but it is the right choice. You don't want to lose this mid tower to DP's first siege creep wave, so they hold it. It took half the HP and damage, but now Exorcism is over and they can kind of reset and calm down a little bit. Ember got level 6, so he's a much harder gank, and as expected, Terrorblade is now in the jungle, and somebody's got to go bottom. I don't think you just leave this lane completely empty right now. There's too much experience just flat out going to waste.
KP feels no pressure. He's just going hand of Midas first as well.
Oh, GH doesn't have TP. They're going to send the Warlock down there to sit.
Is that enough? Like, KP will be happy to dive that. Arrow's going to fly forward. Ninja Boogie's going to move around the back. They don't have a creep wave. That's the only thing that's holding him back.
I like the Midas idea from KP here. It's pretty common on Core Ogre to go for it. If you're having a good game and you go Midas, it just amplifies you so much. With the multicast Midas, you can start getting these aura items at really good timings. And usually when you see other heroes with their like payoff timings, when it gets graphed out how long it takes to get the payoff on Midas, Ogre just gets it, you know, 75% faster.
They're after Kuro again. Malding is able to connect. Now be a very dead Kuro, even with the Shadow Word. The leap forward from Raging Potato. Maybe actually with stick charges, Kuro can survive through this.
He's fine.
Potato wants to stay on the back of it. Kuro, leap forward, Starfall. He's trying to just juke him out. Now with the Stampede, Kuro is able to do it. GH will arrive to help with Weeha to find the kill on Raging Potato, who really wanted that.
Nico's now getting pressured by the Terrorblade. Oh, they've got DP. They know there's no Stampede.
And my control TP out. Oh, just not enough damage. Like, even with the Infest pop.
That was close. Yeah, he got out. Good call from mind control to TP instantly, identifying the... That was the only way he was going to have any chance of surviving that. And he gets out. But even though it's not a kill, still forcing a hero out like this has value. Like, a lot of the times when we talk about this stuff, we're like, okay, he survived, they got nothing out of it. But,
yeah,
no, sending a core all the way back to base, now he has DP on cooldown for a minute, has to run all the way back up. This still does a lot. See, now that they managed to pull off the play, Ninja Boogie gets wards out. He got scanned, however, so...
He's trying to do the ward before everything. Everything will end up dying as Weeha's in the back line, so Ninja Boogie will go down. But Metamorphosis burned from Miracle. They need to add some tower pressure on the back of this, but look at KP diving under Kuro. No multicast for him, and maybe he's in trouble with Weeha arriving, and KP's trapped in by the Radiant Creep Wave. A quick ignite, a third TP is now coming in, or a second TP for a third hero. KP still looking to bounce out this. He'll get the multicast over on the Ember, but GH and Kuro working together. Pick him up, throw him down. There's nothing that Moon can really do. He's going to trigger the Exorcism, and now look towards Weeha with the silence. Okay, maybe he can just kill him straight out. The arrow would have flied forward to kill him off anyway. But now DP will do some damage to the tier 1 tower. All this battle happening normally when you're battling over the 10-minute bounty runes. The Kuro in the trees.
The runes aren't even picked up out here yet. They're chasing Kuro.
Raging Potato doesn't have the stun available. The arrow's on cooldown.
And they're using so much time on this Exorcism too. It's actually going to run out before they get to the tower again. That could have absolutely been better for Mineski. He might still end up getting the tower anyway. There's another siege creep coming in now, and looks like Liquid don't defend, so...
Yeah. They're too busy up on the top lane taking... obviously, Tier 1 tower's gone down there. They wanted some harassment in towards mid, but KP's there. But this all seems to be just be buying more time. Mind control. Hoping for the denial on the tower, won't happen. Arrow's already been used by Ragey Potato, so they don't have the extra stun.
Yep.
So both minuses are coming out in the courier at the moment.
Weehaw went in for the Mirana bottom. He might get him here. He used the first leap. Misses the chains.
So 2 minuses at 11 minutes for Mineski.
And a 4k gold lead. They're really far ahead in this game right now. And Liquid has been in this position countless times with Terrorblade, and they managed to pull out a win playing around Miracle's first strong timing generally, getting Manta style or sneaking a Roshan as Radiant or whatever it would be. But Liquid's support duo here does not have too much to work with right now. There's not this like amazing steal for Rubik where you're just like, okay, when he gets this spell, they're just gonna find kills non-stop. Warlock is very much a teamfight support, not a skirmish support. So unless they can group up and come together, Kuro is in this awkward position in the game where he doesn't feel too impactful. Whereas you look at the supports on the other side, you have a hero with Maledict and Witch Doctor who wants to gank. You have the Mirana arrows that we've seen already have some success. And any pairings of heroes that put together that pose a threat. And that makes a big difference in this game because it means when heroes are missing from the two teams, there's a very big difference in how threatened cores are on the map. The Mineski heroes feel relatively free. You see Ogre's just playing in the middle of the map, standing in the river, the Death Prophet's pushing far down bottom, and at the same time Lifesteal is farming top because they feel like, well, how are they going to kill us, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to gank these heroes for Liquid with the support duo they have. Now Mind Control is probably going to be in some trouble again.
Yeah, they need to hit the arrow though, or else they don't kill Mind Control.
They do.
And Ragey Potato is trying to look for the angle, but Mind Control is always on the southern side of the creep wave. So it's never an easy straight hit for him. But they're just taking over the Liquid jungle. Like, they're forcing Miracle to always be up on this top lane, always in range of Nico, so Moonlight Shadow will let them close the distance. But he's soon to hit the arrow, Mind Control feels it.
I think he saw the Ogre get Moonlit in the mid lane. Arrow. Oh, he arrowed a creep. All right. I just heard the sound. I was like, okay, here it comes.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yes. Jumping around. Where?
Oh, they get backstab mid here. This could be really dangerous.
Oh,
this smoke
instantly
fails.
breaks from Team Liquid. Sentry was being planted. Weehaw, he's going to find his first target. Over towards the Mirana. Leap away. Gets a double leap. And the rocket really only hit over on Moon. 3 leaps used by Ragey Potato. Turns for the arrow. Connects over on Weehaw. Paralyzing cast from Jabuki helps set it up. But they really want to get both these kills. The Spirit Jump forward. Not even required. GH already got him with the Fade Bolt. And then Jabuki will go down too. So 2 quick kills for Team Liquid. But both of them going into the supports.
Considering how scary that must have been for them with their vision when they popped the smoke and it instantly broke, I think you'll take that. That could have gone so bad if they didn't find the Mirana out there and open the fight that way.
It still feels rough though. Like you're running a Lifesteal who's already got Hand of Midas. He's working in towards the Radiant, so his teamfight will be ready later on. There's such an early Hand of Midas on a multicasting Ogre. Like, like the net worth of KP can just skyrocket so quickly, and this Exorcism allows Mineski to keep the pressure up. GH does steal it. It's not always the greatest thing to steal, however, because it means GH has to get pretty close. Oh, they'll back up. Harassment, force rotations, and then, yeah, move top.
Not sure they're completely giving up on this idea just yet. They might come back. Okay, now they're probably not coming back.
Actually, it's a smoke from Liquid. They want to come to try and fight up on top. They know the obs was dewatered, but yeah, T1 tower, attempted denial of the tower, won't happen. Moon gets the last hit in. And GH, he wants Ragey Potato. They need to keep the control up, and with the exorcism damage, they'll definitely kill him. While in mid lane, Mind Control a little bit too far forward. Looks like KP was able to get a bit of a chain stun off, working with Moon.
And that's a bigger kill. It's the core. Get the Centaur down, only losing a Mirana, and they also got the top tower. Now, GH really wants to get this tower with his Exorcism. There's no glyph available, so if they want to defend, Ogre has to play up aggressively here. He's kind of cautious about doing it. They do get the tower.
Yep.
Bounty runs, 2 for 2 it looks like. Nico hasn't taken the other one yet. He feels like there's no way Liquid will go and contest it, and he's absolutely right about it, so he keeps his farm going. And probably Ogre will just waddle down here and take this in a moment. And KP is... He's gonna have a 15-minute mech with the Midas Arcane Boots. This is what we talk about, this Aura build. Probably going to see him buy the mech into maybe Crimson Guard against Terrorblade. Really good. Pipe also has its merits this game against all the magic damage of Ember and the Fatal Bonds. Amplifying all of that magic damage. See what he is favoring right now. I think going straight Greaves is not the play. Although he could remove one Fatal Bond on himself with that, which is also nice.
Nothing more.
Oh, they found mid. Weehaw caught out. It's like Raging Potato was able to connect on the arrow.
Allies disappear.
Is that Crypt Swarm for...
Yeah, it's Crypt Swarm. Moonlight Shadow's already been triggered as well from Potato. Koro, Sentry Ward is down, so he sees both of them moving. Now KP in behind the tier 1 tower just rotates over the arrow, just well off target, but it won't matter. Nico's there too. So they'll beat the crap out of this tier 1. Our TP support is on the way with the fortification. Liquid can keep the tower up. They'll hit the rock down. Where's the bonds? It now comes out as well. Multicasting, but Lifestealer dies so damn quickly. Moon and KP retreat back out as fast as they can. And Liquid bring everybody to the mid lane. 5 heroes.
Are scanning for enemies.
They defend their tower though. It did cost them Golem and Metamorphosis for 1 kill, but it's still the right play. You don't drop this tower like this after losing your Rubik. The downside now though is that there's kind of a power play going the other way, right? Now that you don't have Golem or Metamorphosis, your lineup's actually relatively weak for a while, so yes, you defended your tower, but did you actually defend your tower? Or is it still gonna fall in the next minute, is the question.
Gasket.
Top lane, Ninja Boogie's gonna... Oh, perfect Manta!
He actually dodged it?
I thought he Manta dodged the Maledict. He didn't. He Manta dodged, I think, a cask.
I did not think Ninja Boogie was going to go for that.
Yeah, that was a bit,
It's like back
ambitious.
towards the mid where you see Ogre running underneath the tier 1 town, but on bottom lane, Fuel Scepter into the arrow. Moon using it aggressively in Ember Spirit. No way to get out of it. Now in towards the mid, Ogre Magi, KP, trapped up with the upheaval. Outrunning this will be difficult, but that's why you see how tanky the Ogre is. A multicast can't get one over on mind control. He just can't move fast enough.
Use your Midas, no!
Efficiency rating dropping heavily.
And it's actually a kind of big deal. He's dead for 40 seconds and he had Midas ready, and that could have multicast there with a triple multicast. There were 3 creeps. He might have just lost 500 gold. That's kind of what they got for killing him. I mean, okay, not 500, because he will have it ready when he spawns, but you get the idea.
Yeah, it's a big deal, Send.
It actually is a kind of big deal.
Yeah.
When we talk about Midas being on off cooldown when you're dead, and we're like, oh, that's bad. For Ogre, it's worse.
Here's Yules into Arrow again. Mind control. It's a little too late. Ninja Boogie gonna fall once again, unseen from the camera as Weehaw caught him out.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling the Witch Doctor this game right now. The 2 supports of Mineski are clearly starting to fall behind the Liquid supports, and they might also fall behind them in relative impact later when it starts getting into this team fight stage. Warlock is one of these really good supports, and Rubik, we've seen GH pull off some magic. In this game, there's a couple of steals that are great, some are not so good.
Alright, Potato, he just drops the ward. That's gonna get deep water. He needs to leap. He's got one more available. And he leaps down away from the tier 1 tower, smoking himself up as well as far into the tower. They can go for mind control, blink, hoof stomps down, and Mirana is definitely dead.
That's a big waste. Smokes are a valuable resource. You don't use that, even if you survive there. I think that's... They have another 2 on Witch Doctor, I suppose, but...
And you do have Moonlight Shadow, but the amount of sentry wards that have been placed down by Team Liquid, like, they're trying to see absolutely every move.
Arguably Moonlight would have been a better play. It's a shorter cooldown than Smoke, and it would have forced the enemy's economy a little bit, right? To force them to use a sentry ward.
They're still going to burn another Smoke. Mineski are coming over the river now.
Yeah.
They're looking for their target.
Moon is really strong, his BKB.
Koro's going to TP out. No, he doesn't. They didn't actually notice that Observer Ward then during the last fight. So Death Ward down from Ninja Boogie. This one, this quick kill over on Kuro. Moon's able to claim it.
Mid tower for Liquid is still standing. It's pretty impressive. It's 20 minutes now that Mineski have not been able to take this with their Death Prophet lineup, and you've got to imagine that they want to go and exorcism this with the next siege creep wave after they maybe fight for these top bounty runes. DP is super strong here, only really going to be dying to a Terrorblade Metamorphosis with BKB running. No other serious physical damage to be too worried about.
Ninja Boogie actually hit a perfect paralyzing cast, looking for it, and with the Maledict, it's over on the Ember Spirit. He'll quickly spirit away. Searing Chains up with the Yule Scepter over on the Centaur. He'll hit the ground, and Nico open wounds up and mind control. Now Nico just rips all the life from him. This is not a fun game for Mike. Why do we always feel this happens whenever we cast mind controls? Like, you know what, there's just one hero that just tears him apart.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, if you pick Centaur this early and there's a lifestealer on the board that gets countered, you know, Centaur just has these matchups. It does, and yeah, Menesky are taking full advantage of that. I think a little bit of a lucky thing there, or not a lucky thing, but Liquid probably aren't too dissatisfied because I think their Ember could have died. He could have been silenced instead of the Centaur, and they could have killed Ember on the rune, and maybe even got the rune too. But Moon chose to go for the Scent. Was a slightly bigger kill on the field for them.
Is that coming again?
Next smoke.
It's like 3 smokes in 2 minutes, and
Yeah.
one of them wasted.
Exactly. Now you would like that Mirana smoke for later.
Yep.
They really want this mid tower.
GH, he has an Invis rune. He's right on top of him. Everyone revealed. TP support's coming in. GH gets to pick up over Mashai. Is he able to get that mech off in time? Paralyzing cast trying to fight, create some space. KP, there's your multi-casting out, trying to run him up away. Weeha in a little too deep and connected on the Maledict. So KP will finally be brought down by the Fate Bolt.
He stayed alive for so long.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
There's no follow-up for this.
Moving into the high ground of Veneski is not something that Liquid feel confident enough to do just yet.
Super good game sense from GH. The reason he walks there with his Invis rune is that he feels there's a move coming from that direction. And the moment the smoke breaks, they instantly TP in, so you just know it's already called in advance. I think they're going here, and this is what we're gonna do. So, really good stuff.
Miracle's getting so huge. That's a Skadi coming in over on the Courier. I see a 4-star recipe as well. And now they're going to have a crack over towards mid lane. Mind control, called out a little too far. Miracle's looking at him, can't do much to help him though. As Moon, he's still in pretty deep. He's got his BKB and Yule Scepter. The rock will drop, and 3 heroes connected. Ninja Boogie just evaporates as the Spirit jump forward. There's your defensive Yule Scepter up from Moon, and he can't get anything really off. Spirit side, there's no point in burning the Exodus because he's already dead. It's Nico. Now he's trapped underneath the Skadi, trying to kite it down, but Miracle, he's just too big. KP can't outrun this. Menesky just have no movement speed at all, and even Bloodlust stolen by GH. Let's buff up Miracle again.
That's the surprise factor of not knowing there's a Skadi in play. The DP gets caught out, tries to BKB to stay alive, but she's too slow to run away. If you know there's a Skadi there, you instantly have to just turn and fight. You BKB, you ulti, and you take the fight. But they're missing a hero as well in this
They want to keep going. Miracle wants to keep pushing up towards the tier 3 tower. The jump in from behind the arrow, able to connect over on the Ember Spirit with the jump out of the Golem. Maybe they can get this quick kill over on the Weeha. They're able to do so. And Team Liquid's push will stop, but they do claim a tier 3 tower already.
Super good for them. Even with this Weeha casualty, they should be very happy with the outcome of these last 2 minutes.
So we can have a quick look at that mid-fight once again. Stance over on mind control.
See, so they're probably not clicking the Terrorblade right now. Moon should already realize he's getting Scott. I mean, you see the projectiles here. I think at this point, you either BKB and you will the Terror. I think you BKB, you will the Terrorblade and run away. That's got to be the play, right? The Golem has been used. There's no other slow or stun that pierces your BKB. It's the best play that you have. But it's just it's a hard decision to make in the moment because you don't want to waste everything. But I mean, he used it anyway, right? So easy to say from our perspective, but yeah, probably misplayed that situation a bit.
We're gonna just laze back into armchair a little bit more. We had a nice little play as well during the real time. Denied on the mid-tier 1 tower by Miracle Illusion. Menesky was surrounding it. So a little bit less goal coming in from Menesky. They do still hold a slight advantage in the net worth, but it was a hell of a lot bigger before that fight and mid-push happened.
Dire's top shrine.
And that's what we talked about, right? Miracle, you put your money on him. Would know how to play around this. And now you're even going to find a double damage rune. They're going in for Roshan.
Yeah, it's what I was saying, right? Like they have this understanding of timing with Terrorblade. I think when he got the Manta, they got a tower with it. When he got the Skadi, they got this mid fight, and they even got a tier 3 out of it. So now they're gonna have an Aegis.
Coming way too late from Menesky, and there's no way they could really 100% know that Miracle was up to this. Even defensive upheaval being channeled. And there's the Aegis Immortal into the Terrorblade. This butterfly is gonna arrive so quickly too. They need non-stop multicasting. That's it. Any kind of full control. Weeha's gonna be the first setup with the follow-up arrow. He's just totally alone here in the mid lane.
Weeha's dying too much, man. Like,
Now they TP up towards the top. Moon wants to keep the fight going. KP needs a following stun. Kuro's the closest. You'll scepter up. They'll drop him down. The rune already grabbed as Warlock tries to keep the run going. He can't do anything. Can't drop the rock because he's already been silenced up. Now Ninja Pookie, it's his own paralyzing cast. Ragey Potato does not have the stun available, but with the mallet and the death ward, GH Ragey Potato just needs to hit the starfall, and GH will tick out to the maledict. Nothing will save him. 3 heroes from Liquid, just one after the other, falling like dominoes.
yeah. As I was saying, there's too many deaths in this Ember Spirit. He's playing a bit too recklessly and keeps getting caught out. This is his 7th death on Ember. Out of 14 kills for the Dire, half of them are on the mid hero on Liquid. That's very rare to see, and just not Weeha's best performance this game. It's
to Radiant's middle tower.
And now they're going to beat through the towers. KP can bloodlust out of the catapults, get any kind of extra quick push.
the upside to all these deaths on Ember is that Terrorblade is not the one down.
Yeah.
So there's infinite space for Miracle in this game, which Liquid loves to play around. But it is possible to accomplish something similar with less deaths on Ember. I'm not saying he needs to play Deathless this game. I think it's hard. You're playing against Moonlight Shadow and a lot of stuns, but you can definitely, play a little bit more passively and try not to get caught this much.
I'm actually wondering too, like, how Medeski starts to do damage towards Miracle. Finished up the butterfly. He's going in for a BKB next. So you're going to have a hard time hitting your physical damage already, but your magical damage is going to mean almost nothing later on, including the stuns.
Invisibility.
Yeah, there is a possible play that they start itemizing against Terrorblade defensively, and they kill his team. Like, they get armor auras, they get ghost scepters.
Just leave him and just kite out.
Yeah, you kind of try to kill his team, because I think going on the Terrorblade just all in is going to fail. There's too much counterplay. There's Stampede, there's a Golem. They're going to buy defensive items too. You reckon there's going to be a Force Staff? Actually, Warlock almost has one. So yeah, they're going to have a Force Staff too. So fighting around and hitting the other heroes instead is probably better. Because Terrorblade is one of those heroes where if you commit and it doesn't work, it's even worse than if you didn't go. Because then he's going to sunder you as well and deal extra damage in the fight. You got to be really careful.
Very upset about this from Medeski. They don't have Death Prophet with them. Like, they have to defend from inside the base. DP's going to TP back now. Mirana's going to Moonlight Shadow, but Observer and Sentry is already planted. Ragey Potato comes in range. They do see him through the rear. Flies out the arrow. Miracle being caught out. Man, he's just so far forward. They'll push him and crack him down. They only burn the Aegis Immortal. Big abilities being used.
Might stop the push though.
It may.
It's good. It's still good. They take the Aegis, they stop the push. There was 2 minutes left on this Aegis, so Liquid might have been able to use it for a high ground attempt. Ideally, you would have loved to maybe find another core hero here and maybe get a good team fight out of it, but this is still a good result. Repels the push, it buys them time. And yeah, I'm curious to see where they go with this. Usually you would see DP go for Aghanims after the Eul Scepter or BKB, but he's not even going for the Aghs at this point. He's going for the Shiva. Really, really defensive item build against the Terrorblade. Don't blame him for it. It's just lately DP Aghs has been very favored by many players. In this game, he values this armor a lot more. Speaking of armor, Mirana with the Lotus Orb as well. Can remove a Fatal Bonds on one of his allies, can remove the chains.
Can mess with Terrorblade.
And gets armor for himself. Can mess with Sunder. Very true.
That for me is going to be like one of the biggest things from Team Liquid, because that's what allows them just to overwhelm the fight.
Koro's in a ward.
Eul Scepter up into the arrow. Weeha wants to try and help him out, but there's a quick silence available too. Koro will end up dropping. Ready to leap himself away. Centaur, yeah, Stampede. One way to get away from the open woundsing lifestealer, but here comes Ragey Potato on mind control. He is just in the middle of nowhere. GH, maybe he can help. Gives him a force. Arrow flies forward and mind control runs east.
Is this how Dire's middle
The Force Staff flat out saved him. It was dead for sure. He's gonna go.
Oh, he may still be dead.
Don't tell me this is happening.
Dude, the arrow is off target.
Whew, that is okay. I mean, sometimes you go for it, right?
Ember strength.
Taking out a full creep wave.
It worked.
Worth the threat. These illusions, Ninja Boogie can't even stand here. Finally, he'll get rid of the Obs and the Sentry that was planted down before. But this is all Miracle needs to do. Like, he's just staying up inside the northern jungle. He's even underneath an Observer and Sentry of Medeski, and like, how do you go on him? If everyone else is far enough away, then maybe you can do it. Moonlight Shadow, you run further forward, paralyzing cast now. The illusion will work against him. He'll bounce back down with the Maledict. That's how you go on him. He starts with the Lotus Orb. It actually stopped Miracle from getting the life. That's what we're talking about. Mind control. Hop stop. Creates more space. Miracles and almost no life. Roots was to finish the job, and they're going going to be able to. Ninja Boogie's Maldic pop as the BKB wears off.
Perfect Lotus Orb. Super good.
Maybe they didn't see it. We saw it, because we see everything up here.
But even if he knows it's there, he has to go for the Sunder, right? He's dying, he has to turn, and the Lotus Orb gets cast mid-animation on the Sunder. I'm sure we'll get a replay on this, but
yep.
Really, really nicely done there.
Nice slow motion replay. As slow as we can make it.
That's the biggest kill of the game. Killing Terrorblade is the same as almost killing his entire team right now in relative value, right? Like, when this guy's down, Liquid have no hope of fighting, so you're going to lose this tower. They might even be able to go high ground because Exorcism is online. They have 30 seconds and a siege creep.
I'll give it a shot.
And they get a bonus kill here.
Here comes your arrow, Kuro. Forced up the hill once again. GH trying to help him out of pick up and a throw down. Kuro is still going to be spirit siphoned out.
This is flat out of position there. There's no reason for him to stand behind this tower. He can't do anything and defend anyway. And now they feel even more inclined to go high ground because now there's 2 dead heroes. And the mech gets used. They're all very healthy. Solar Crest completed an Ogre, makes the Lifestealer or the Siege Creep hit really fast here. It's going to use it on Lifestealer.
Mind Control's trying to get some kind of like collateral up on top lane. TP's coming in from Boogie. Now force him away. But the tier 3 tower's already been taken. Moon's still on the front lines. Kind of want to keep an eye on Mind Control because he's not done yet. That retaliate's done so much damage, but the mid-rank is finally going to fall. BKB for Moon. There for defensive Miracle. Actually, Radiant mid-melee racks. He took it out. Moon's health comes back, giving him the extra life. But yeah, he denies the mid-racks out. And man, that's Stampede forward. They're looking for somebody, but everyone gone from Mineski.
Yep. That was a huge moment. That's one Terrorblade kill. That's what often will happen in these games where you have one big farmed hero. Yeah, we'll see it here.
Just
so
that Sunder moment again.
Cask, he does get the BKB off in between these stuns and is hoping for it. And pay attention there. Right as the animation comes out, the Lotus gets placed. And Miracle, that Lotus Orb effectively did 2,000 damage. That's what it did. If he doesn't Lotus there, Miracle survives 100%. And yeah, just clutch play and great itemization.
Watch the dot time. It's on the very end as the BKB and the Maledict wears off. Yeah. Like, it's a fraction of a second the difference.
Well, Crypt Swarm might have connected, but if it didn't, that actually mattered too. He almost got away despite everything that happened.
Go unseen.
And one of those great plays of TI, Liquid. 5 heroes smirked up looking for their own initiation. Ragey Potato's got an invis. Drony's going to break the smoke on GH as well as Kuro. And the information has been given.
DP has Exorcism again though, so this fight is actually not as easy as Liquid might be expecting. They haven't kept very close attention to the timing. Little Dragon Boy scouting. Not suspicious at all.
Hey, Kuro should know all about this.
He used to do it.
He's the man that abused the shit out of this.
Oh man, I was on the receiving end of that. That was lame.
It was great. You know, that was when like the Chen Ags came up, right? And you could start grabbing ancient creeps. And...
That was when Lifestealer got Infest.
Yep.
I think Infest was Lifestealer got that skill? It wasn't Dota 2, right?
No, it was in Dota 2. Like, it was when he could start infesting ancients, though. That's when it started to change. Like, he could infest neutrals, but he could never do ancients.
Yeah, and then suddenly he could, and people would go Radiance and infest the dragon.
Yep. And you run him as support. That was all.
Yeah, you just have this magic immune dragon flying around with Radiance on. Hard to deal with. The fireball, of course.
Yeah, actually, didn't they nerf the fireball? Like that's how they tried to balance that.
I don't think the spell has ever been nerfed. It could be. I'm not sure. When you think about how a lot of things change in Dota, some of the things that have been changed the absolute least is the spell casting of neutrals. Like the spells that they have, you know, they've been changed a bit. Once in a while, like the Harpy Lightning got nerfed a bit for 10, or you know the aura of the Mana Troll got improved or whatnot. But over the course of how many years have we had this game now? 9. There's been very few neutral creep changes relative to heroes and relative to, you know, even changes to Roshan.
That's actually always the deceiving thing. Like, just because we're at TI9 doesn't mean like it's been alive. Actually, 8 years of Dota.
True. 8. Yes.
Yeah. It's of Dota 2. Obviously, we've had 15, 16 years of Dota.
Big item alert. Terrorblade getting the MKB. Key item against Lifestealer. He has Evasion, Talent, and Radiance.
They just need a good opening. GH is going to start it off, link him up, push him back down again. Mind Control, fading out the hoof stomps multiple times, but now Ember Spirit dead!
Oh my god!
That's your proper ding-ding! Mind Control, fourth half him out, goes and finds him time, but the car casually follows him. I think he was gonna die anyway, even if it didn't follow him the whole way, but my god, he has just been reminded of the lucky Dark Ogre.
Kind of cocky, doesn't BKB though. I don't know if he didn't have vision of the Ogre, but he flat out just took a risk if he did. If he knew that Ogre was there, I think you have to BKB if you want to commit for this play. I like the idea of lifting this Lifestealer into a potential Terrorblade fight, but it wasn't what happened. So this move just didn't make too much sense. I think he'll probably get a Roshan.
They'll 100% get it. It's going to take way too long for Ember to come out. So this Roshan belongs to them.
You give the Aegis to Lifestealer and choose to DP. This is really big. Aegis on Lifestealer against Terrorblade is a massive advantage because you probably buy yourself time to get a secondary rage with the Aegis, and the Death Prophet having cheese can outlast Terrorblade and kill his illusions with the Shiva's Guard and with the Exorcism running. Can manage while in BKB.
Yeah, the funny thing is, for this whole fight, like this Observer Ward, like the movement that's been happening over the last like 3-4 minutes, it's all been scouted out by Team Liquid, that ward. And Mineski put down 3 sentries, so they feel very comfortable that they weren't being watched.
Yeah.
And that still ended up happening the way it did.
But yeah, that's on Liquid to take better advantage of it.
Yeah.
If you have this vision advantage, this is not how things should go.
They're wrapping around the east, coming up through the river.
No Exorcism. This fight could be really good for Liquid if Terrorblade gets to do whatever he wants, and right now it looks possible.
Jump forward, looking for Ninja Boogie, inside of it out. Quick Moonlight Shadow, but we are with the BKB. They've already killed off the Witch Doctor. Buybacks are available. They're coming out towards the shrines as Moon keeps these supports under control with the Spirit Sight. But Nico's trying to do the best he can, but Miracle, he's the beast. He's the man to watch. Try and bring down Nico, able to do so through the Aegis Immortal, but Maldic, it's over on Terrorblade. Sunder's available, but the Sun just keeps on going. Miracle, he'll steal the life, and Weeha, he's able to help to get the revenge kill out, but then you've still got more damage coming the way from Mineski. Terrorblade is finally brought down. They'll get rid of the Golem too. Buybacks were just available. GH is on the run. He'll begin his own TP out underneath the Dire Sentry. Well, does anyone get there in time? They don't, even with the TP back to the tier 3 tower. But Miracle dead without buyback available. This is Mineski's time to go.
You know what's funny about this fight? The one fight Miracle sunders Weeha is the one who survives. Like, dude, you're gonna die anyway, so just gonna sunder you and take your health away that he doesn't die. No, it's just, yeah. It just flat out has not really been Weeha's game. There's been multiple deaths. That engage, it was pretty good. I think the idea was good. I think the execution was all right.
You can have a look at it again.
They're just unfavored to a quite large extent here. So we see this jump in from Weeha. He gets the BKB off instantly and gets the kill. They try to snowball off of it, but they're a little bit short on damage because they're fighting 2 or 3 different fights. You see 2 heroes get zoned off by the DP. Terrorblade can't really bring down the Ogre. He gets the lifesteal, but he's the Aegis. And when the BKB of Terrorblade expires, it starts getting really easy. The Sunder here, it's a good Sunder. I feel like if he tries to turn around for Ogre, Ogre got Lotus, right? Or was it? Yeah, he got Lotus, so that wouldn't have worked. Back in real time, though.
Yeah, we're
high ground time.
Pushing into the tier 3. Moon will burn up the Exorcism. Remember, they've still got the cheese that's over on the Lifestealer now. They got passed off Moon. As Hoof Stomp from Mind Control comes in, but then Lotus Orb, stun yourself at KP. The tier 3 tower is just being ripped apart. Man, rooted forever, Nico.
Stolen Maledict.
Oh god.
I'm not sure he realized.
DP needs to yours. He needs to BKB. He needs to do something right now. Moon, he'll turn and silence. That'll do something. Mind Control still running away from all the ghouls. He'll be able to survive through this as Nico munches on the cheese, turns back into Weeha. Miracle, he's got Sunder, putting Nico back to nothing. Spirit jumps forward. No, he put 2 down, but it's all too late in Mind Control. He misses the stun. The concoction, it was still there. He actually got hit by the bouncing coconut as Weeha, the Crypt Swarm and the Spirit Siphon kills his mob. Buyback is available for him, but not for Mind Control. Mineski want to claim their second lane of racks. They can't go for more, however. The Stolen Maledict once again over on Moon. The KP, the never-ending multicast into Koro, and the Hex on Terrorblade. They can't follow up with a stun into the back lines. It's Weeha trying to cause some problems, but then another multicast stun. 3 in a row. Weeha will go down. Terrorblade set up towards the air. The perfect arrow. Sunder is available. He'll need to trigger it right now. Forced up by any kind of time or space. That may just be the game right there. Dead for 80 seconds. They'll go for the tier 4 towers. And Mineski, they have pushed Liquid down and down. They're faced up against Miracle's Terrorblade. And they've come out with a huge smile on their face. Maybe a little bit too overconfident. As Fragile Potato is going to come up the fountain, but it won't matter. This game is Mineski's. GG.
Radiant Ancient is under attack.
That went sour really quick. So, Mineski, this is kind of, in a way, it's kind of similar to, not fully similar, but the game we had with Keen versus Mineski yesterday, where Keen destroyed them in lanes, then Mineski.
That creep wave control and everything too.
It's true enough. But look at that damage that the Bristleback does. Plus 600?
Yeah, that is indeed pretty crazy.
Or plus 500, sorry, but he's up to 600 with his base. And they don't have Sven now. No buyback, 80 seconds. TNC looking to go high ground and shut down Alliance here in this game number 1. Feeling like we're already going the distance.
Mickey is going to have shockingly low hero damage this game.
Gabby, he's taking a lot of damage there. They did hit the chain and they pull him back in. Oxflux though, it's gonna land on a 4. It's not enough. It's not enough. TNC, they take down the Timbersaw. No buyback. The arrow is gonna connect onto this Death Prophet as well, trying to push her back in. That's the Aegis popped already for this Queen of Pain. They're gonna have the fear if they want to jump in for this. The BKB just forced to be popped for the Death Prophet as Gabby keeping his eyes on the prize. Gonna take down this tier 3 tower in just a second. And Dota plus win probability swinging back the other direction. TNC are doing it, ladies and gentlemen.
They had the buyback on Sven. It was a timer issue. He had the gold.
Okay, chase, trying to run away. No BKB. And the arrow actually hit onto Sven as he was trying to move out. Arrow hits Mickey. Just the random triple arrow. But they got the tower.
And 4 bounty runes as well at 50 minutes here too. Oof. Yeah, so that's going to be a lot over there. 125 each per bounty rune. Actually, to 140 there too.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Goodness. So 32,000 net worth lead. You look at how much they've gotten from the bounties. It was just under 5,000 for Alliance and something like 12K for TNC.
It felt like in that mid game when Alliance should have been stronger, they basically just ran into these fights that just looked like way too hard for them. Not even way too hard for them. They just made mistakes. What are we saying?
Yeah. Well, it was actually 16,000 bounty runes for TNC. Like, they've just been able to control the map total for the entire game.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh, good Eagle Scepter precast. Able to interrupt it for Cuckoo, but the BKB is out, and they found their man. It is the tree. Off to the side, and this Bristleback dealing so much damage right now from Gabby. He's up to plus 500 yet again, ready to just beat into anybody that steps to him. They've already killed off the tree. The Timbersaw's coming back soon, but it's not feeling like it's soon enough. So they find themselves another catch here. The Fire Blast onto this Death Prophet. Gabby forcing them back into the fountain, ready to start beating into her face. Sonic Wave out again. That's the Aghanim Sonic Wave. Carmel jumps in. It's a buyback coming. Mickey trying to heal back up so he can go in for another round. But Timbersaw is dead again as soon as he respawns. And it's going to be a second lane of racks. And this game becomes even harder. Another round of 4 staffs, more leaps away. They have another arrow in a second. It connects onto the Death Prophet. It's so hard to dodge away from the triple arrow. Gabby goes in, finishes off his Abyssal Blade now. He's ready to pump. GG is called as TNC take down Alliance in fabulous fashion.
so well played in mid-game team fights. I mean, that's a thing too. These guys playing together for so long. We used to always call them scrappy. That was the thing, you know. We always said that they're just like a little bit out there in terms of like macro movements and stuff, and it felt like maybe they got like a little bit lost in the plans. But there was one thing these guys were always very good at. It was team fighting together as a squad, as well as like going super aggro and just like going constantly for kills and everything. And I think that showed there, right? The Force Staffs and the Yule Scepter synergy, like you could not get any better than that in terms of the utilization during those mid-game fights. And they just picked apart Alliance in these fights that, like, Mickey and Koikva, when they were at their strongest, did virtually nothing.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
needed. Void's just sitting mid lane farming with his Midas, and they'll happily take that trade.
Sven's still on top of net worth, getting closer to his BKB. And Lesh just bought Boots of Travel, went for that movement speed talent, 500. But this kind of a build, it's more greedy, getting a Boots of Travel at this point. But you can have full mana, and Boots of Travel will pay off in 5 to 10 minutes.
It just feels so nice with this movement speed playing against heroes like Gyrocopter that want to get nice and close. Even Sven. It allows you to position and kite so much better in these fights. If they get on top of you, you can just outrun them. You've got a full 100 movement speed advantage over Sven and a 50-60 movement speed advantage over the Gyrocopter.
What do you think about Invoker position 4, at least in this game?
It kind of looked okay in the laning stage, like as far as dealing with ET. But at the same time, it's felt a little underwhelming.
Oh, he just ran into them. They're gonna pop a dust.
And they're gonna be time walk forward aggressively. It's coming up soon. Charging on forward instead. CCNC down bottom. He just got destroyed by the Leshrac ET. And looks like
zoning ET ulti.
And one by one. Zone snaking towards the mid lane. Chalice blinks away as well. You are pop the Godstrength for that one, and they're just chasing more. Godstrength being used. Newbie, they're on the back foot here. They're gonna barely dodge the Echo Stomp there as Somnus was hoping to find another kill.
Phase Boots on position 5, Elder Titan. I would not mind seeing him getting Wind Lace on top of that.
Just all the movement speed items. Full stuff queued up for now, but things starting to slip away quickly for Newbie. PSG LGD are playing some very crisp, clean Dota here. Definitely a team that has kind of quietly come into this international. Not really talked about as one of the favorites, but definitely after they run last year, they're coming back playing with the same roster and have had just a solid year. They convincingly, easily qualified for TI fairly early on, and seeing them at the top of TI would not be out of the realm of
talk too much
possibility.
about LGD, what their chances are of winning this whole thing, but I think everyone would expect them to be a top contender for sure.
Yeah, there are certain teams you look at and you're like, yeah, that's a team that's going to win championships. The way, you know, you look at, that's like Liquid in the past, OG, VP, Secret. That's what you say when you see LGD and VG Gaming as far as the Chinese teams go. It wouldn't be a surprise or a shock if LGD won a TI.
Not at all.
Big fight breaking out here. They're going to take out the ET to start the fight off. It is the Zen BKB timing, but Chalice with the Stampede trying to kite this one. He's got the pipe here. He's going to pop it on himself. He's got no backup quite in range just yet. FY Stormhammer is dodged by UR. Nicely played here, but it's a very tanky Centaur stun still. As he does get off the Hoof Stomp. Fire Blast is there. Void comes in, drops the Chronosphere, catches out 2, wants to go for UR. It looks like they need the Leshrac damage. The Split Earth follows up the Chronosphere, the Stolen Stormhammer as well, but Leshrac doesn't have the damage to kill for UR. He's just too tanky. They're being forced back, and Newbie, they're charging forward. They want more kills. Somnus is being chased down by a homing missile. He's going to need to speedy. Yeah, he's got the Yules as well. Does he pop it? No, he's just going to take the stun. Whoa. Whoa. Arming. He's in deep. He's surrounded by the entire enemy team. He's been taken out. ET's now being tornadoed up as well. Newbie are winning this fight. UR with the Godstrength is just cleaning up, and Pilot Eye gets a double kill on the end.
What could have been only one kill for Newbie turned out to be extremely good for them because they could just left their Titan there. He's position 5. Sven used BKB to kill him. They're kind of hesitating whether they want to take a fight or not. It's one of those, we're going to follow our teammate into that.
Yep. Well, one by one they fell down there, and I think for LGD, you've kind of got to settle things down a bit, play around what is very likely going to be BKB timings. Leshrac has one queued up. Void doesn't have one queued up just yet. He's finishing the Mjolnir, but you got to imagine it's probably the item to come afterwards, because against these newbie heroes, BKB is going to be the name of the game.
He desperately needs that BKB on Faceless Void.
This farm up the enemy jungle, but it has hit level 18. With the Bloodstone completed, so he's getting even tankier, a lot more health to play around with now as well.
At one point, whole newbie's jungle was warded. Now they only have one observer ward in the base, which reveals the items that Courier is bringing, any smokes from the base.
A newbie looking to keep fighting with this BKB on Sven now. I think they've... Was this a Blink Dagger now as well? Yeah, he's got BKB and Blink.
It's go time. They just need to outpush from mid lane a little bit, and the Invoker just used Meteor to push it out. Also top lane's being pushed in, so they need to do something about it. Double BKB. It's go time for newbie.
Ready to fight. And as far as answers to BKB go, LG have got the Chronosphere, but they haven't got the best damage in Chronosphere if they're BKB'd. More likely than not, they're just looking to disengage using Stampede as far as playing into BKBs go. Come newbie smoked up. FY, he's got Blink Dagger. He's going to pop the smoke and then blink away instantly. You are trying to charge forward and then even goes for a blink to follow, but will not catch FY, so good positioning from FY's Rubik.
And that's going to be their last smoke outside of newbie. Not sure if they have any in shop left, but it's gonna be hard to approach a team fight with just going around, especially with ET scouting things out with the Spirit.
They may look to just use this Ghost Walking Invoker, kind of like as a Nyx Assassin, as this scouting tool. It feels like MSS's job is just to run around the map and try to find some pickoffs for the team, or at least get info. Definitely what we're seeing a little bit. Centaur. You're a lot of enemy heroes. He's going for an extra creep or two. He needs to be careful. He needs to blink now. Blinks out to the high ground. FY though, he does not have the blink out. He's going to get picked off. Dead for 70 seconds as well.
They could try to go for a Roche, even though it's a really scary getting Roche against Elder Titan and Faceless Void. Can they chase more? Oh well, now it's Roche time. Sven popped the God Strength.
Leshrac is forcing heroes bottom though. He split pushed a little bit, forced the CM as well as the Invoker to rotate in, but those are not heroes they need to kill Roshan. Ignite from Roshan into the neutral camps. That
they should know something's up.
Yeah. Where the hell is that Ignite coming from? But they know something's up too late. Roche already popping. They're going to be too late for this one. And Somnus may be in trouble now. He gets stunned up by the Stormhammer. He holds onto the Heal Scepter. Doesn't dodge. He's still doing a lot of AoE damage. Snaking getting brought fairly low. Adds to the Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter pulls the BKB though. He's caught outside the Chronosphere. Doing what damage he can, but the Chronosphere takes up both Sven and Ogre, and CCNC in some trouble. He may have an Aegis, but that BKB's now worn off, and Somnus, he's chasing him down.
Oh, he was hesitating with a stun, but Leshrac will connect. He's done.
He'll have a stun. Now MSS, what can he do? Can he hit a tornado? Looks like he's going to go for the cold snap instead. Helps out CCNC. Now the buybacks come in. The Sven buys back. Has the TP to the tier 2 tower. Blinks in as well. They're saving CCNC, and Somnus in all kinds of trouble now. Cold snap has one off. Chalice goes blinking in forward to try to help his buddy out. They've lost CM though. And Ame is just so scary in the front lines with this Mjolnir. He just goes launching in forward looking for MSS. Doesn't get the first hit bash though. As a result, he gets forced back. Has got the Time Walk cooldown.
That was a buyback from Yavar. He didn't even have ulti, he just wanted to save the gyro. I'm pretty sure that's not worth it for them, because they didn't get any kills out of that.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to get the kills there. They weren't just hoping to save his life, but PSGLD did a really good job disengaging. And now following that one up, they march forward, they group up. They have no Chronosphere for 45 seconds on the PSG side, but it does look like they're going to stall this game out until their BKBs come up. Both BKBs nearing completion. 600 gold for Somnus and about 1,000 gold needed for Ame.
At this point, Gyro doesn't deal that much physical damage at all with the item build that he went for, so Sven will need to address these BKB carriers.
Even the Sven, I feel like his physical damage is obviously significant, but it's not incredible. Like, he hasn't got that follow-up item. It's BKB Blink, and that's where he's still at. Needs that crit of sorts. Enemy jungle, Pile died, caught out. Tornado is there, but they've got the follow-up damage. Now 19 Bloodstone charges on Leshrac.
And that's a BKB for him. He can TP back with the BOTs.
Does just that.
they're waiting for Faceless Void's BKB. He also just hit level 20, cast range, time walk on level 15. Also needs to use that massive Pidus. There it goes.
Phew. No stress. Invoker just doing what he can to push out lanes. 2 points in the Exort, so not the scariest or high-level Invoker just yet, but we will see that Invoker transition into the Ag Scepter and try to get some more levels to, well, and truly scale into that late-game Invoker that we all know and love. Top just trying to get what farm he can as well to work towards his next time. There we go. Has the Crystallis queued up, so... Did have a Bloodthorn queued up earlier. We'll see just...
Double damage.
Looks like the crit stick. And then he can figure out if he wants to go Daedalus or Bloodthorn.
Smoke from LGD. Let's see what they can...
Mineski's turn to pick.
Seconds. 5 seconds. What'll it be? Here's the Radiant Band. Disconnected. 10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
If they do place the Leshrac in a side lane with Shaman, it makes Shaman better, because it's a pretty strong core in the lane, so you get that assistance there. But with this DP now picked up, we talked about how Mineski are a little bit low on lockdown. Silence is kind of a pseudo lockdown, especially against some of these heroes. It's really good against Shaman. It's pretty good against the Leshrac. And against Elder Titan, if you catch him mid-stomp with a Silence, that can be great. But usually that's not really the case, because he's really far behind the fight. But we might see it once or twice.
10 seconds.
And more than anything, it's just comfort, right? They have a DP with 2 saves and Ice Armor. That's a hard kill. Or Frost Shield. So
yeah. I'm wondering
how times
now,
have changed.
I'm wondering now, like with Liquid, like what's their last pickup here? Like you ban out the Faceless Void. Who's the hero you're worried either getting locked down, or having distance closed on? Like my mind goes towards Slark, considering he's not in the ban pool just yet.
Slark is good against Legion Commander. She wants to buy Blade Mail, and the duel you can't Dark Pact it. So generally Legion likes this matchup because of the lane too. Fine, Arc Warden banned out. I'm gonna grab this Sven. This Mineski lineup, there's the stun. There's an extra stun, there's the War Cry, there's the really strong team fight.
They look so hard to kill.
This lineup looks very nice, just in isolation. It's something I've talked about before, that when it comes to Dota, there's like, sometimes teams get too caught up in counterpicking and forget their own synergy, and sometimes it's the other way around, that they only build lineups for themselves and then the enemy team just counters you hard. So you need to find this like balance where you do both, but sometimes you just look at a lineup with itself and you're like, this lineup just makes sense with itself, like what it's trying to do, what things it has to bring to the game. And I look at this Mineski lineup and I just feel that. Yep. It looks nice.
Well, Liquid's like, you need like a Hallelujah pickup, like carry Ricky, Weaver, anything that is just able to dodge everything Mineski throw.
I think carry Ricky would make me very Mineski favorite. I would not recommend this here. But yeah, I mean, Liquid has its own strengths too. You know, there's definitely some clear synergy in terms of grouping up and pushing, but the problem is the lineup they're playing against counters that type of fight. They will fall back. They had no better idea. And here's the problem, right? When you have Leshrac, Shadow Shaman, and Beastmaster, you want to group up and take towers, right? With Edict, you want to play with the Shadow Shaman wards and with the Roar and the Aura, but you're not favored in the team fight, I think, right now. If you get caught in any way, it's difficult, and if you're the one initiating the fight, you're playing into 2 saves. So I don't think it's that easy, and Just not a big fan of this 5 Shaman. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, did Sven steal Mars's helmet?
Yes.
Like,
it's actually an old helmet, this one.
it looks really old. Like, it actually looks like it's like got no detailing on it at all.
It's a phalanx helm, right? Isn't that what the type of helms, like when you depict phalanxes? That's what it looks like. Am I just imagining things? Maybe it's called something with phalanx. That's what makes me look really smart. If it's called that in the game.
Yeah, you can seem very smart, but I do not know the exact terms.
I'm not very smart.
I'm not gonna try and
Okay.
BS.
We all know it's just a ruse.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Weeha on TA has been a stable that's been working very well for Liquid, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
I personally don't think this is that good of a TA game. I don't think the Death Prophet matchup's very great. I don't think the Sven matchup is necessarily that good. It goes both ways. Like, Sven can't really hit you into Refraction, but at the same time he has Warcry for your team, so you just get that physical block in the movement speed to try to outrun and kite the traps and stuff. And you're playing into Frost Shield. So, a couple downsides.
It feels very much like the Game 1 debate that we had. It's like, you know, Team Liquid's just picking up comfort. Like, this is what we're used to playing, this is what we're gonna play. Like, we don't adapt, we're not scary. Like, this is just our style, and if you can beat it, you can beat it.
Yeah.
Which is a very sad way to look at Team Liquid. Like, Liquid are meant to be, like, very diverse in the way they draft, in the way they play, in the way Kuro was always able to disguise in the draft too, but this seems very obvious from the first two.
The thing you have to think about though is you're 2 and 5, you've tried different things and some of them haven't worked, some of the strategies you came in with, and you have to, you know, every game matters a lot, so at some point you're like, okay, how much more can we be creative? We need some wins. And if this is their best strategy or something that they feel really confident with, it's worth pulling it out and try to get a win out of it. Now, what I was getting at was both lineups in isolation look good, and I see where the game plan is going. But if one lineup inherently is good at playing the other team's game while having synergy with itself, it looks good. And that's not to say that Liquid are super unfavored in this game. It's just my feeling, also based on how game 1 went, is that this looks like a possibly good game for Mineski. And a lot of it's going to come down to, can Liquid, this time around, get Weeha rolling. A TA that suffers is a really weak hero. So this time they need to make sure he gets a better start. Aggressive movement coming out from Mineski to the bottom rune. Looks like they will be getting those 2 runes, and then Nico will probably just hide up here.
Follow the sound of the drums, Mineski. So many audio taunts.
Nico's helm is called Phalanx's Helm of the Phalanx, by the way.
Really? Just in case we...
Phalanx's Helm of the Phalanx of Phalanxness. I misread it the first time.
Let me actually just we'll get it nice and close for you. That's not what it's called.
Close enough.
I definitely see. I'm sensing lies, Cinder, and I trusted you. I trusted you.
If you trusted me when I said Phalanx's Helm of the Phalanx, you have like no trust in item creators to have any sort of creativity with their naming, I think.
Was it, alright, wait.
Although it would have been kind of cool if it was called Phalanx's Helm of the Phalanx of Phalanxness. And they got into the game and Valve were like, we'll take it, it's fine. Sure, you don't need to rename this item, that's a great name.
What was the, I remember we had like stupid name changes because it was too simple, right? Like, I don't think it was like Spirit Breaker, like Charge, Bash. I was
Slardar's original spell names were...
Slardars.
Yeah,
it was Amplify Damage.
Sprint.
Bash. It's like, okay. This makes a lot of sense. Okay. Alright, so let's get our bearings of the lane. So Weeha versus Moon in mid. It gives us our dual lane on bottom, Ranger Potato and KP together, SD as well as Legion together, and Kura and Miracle having to battle against the Shadow Poison. Miracle's already losing so much life, but that's why they're getting stick charges up nice and early on. And that leaves our top lane once I feel like we're okay to move away. Yeah, we are. Ninja Boogie up here on the top lane with Nico against Mind Control's Beastmaster and GH's ET.
So good news here for Liquid is I think their laning stage will be better than last game. The Shadow Shaman did end up laning with Leshrac, which we talked about as a possibility. That is really good for them because Leshrac compensates for Shaman's slight weaknesses, unless Koro is going to get himself killed here.
Have to restart the poisons.
Okay. And also, Mind Control's matchup, this Beastmaster against Sven, is not as bad, I would say, as Lifestealer against Centaur. And they're even getting to pull the wave with the Elder Titan for him as well. Weeha's matchup, it's probably better too than last game, I would say, overall. so far he seems to be struggling a little bit against Moon. The very early stage.
Oh, Kuro. Yeah, it looks like this may actually be first blood. Another poison with mango consumption, up to 5, and there it is. Ragey Potato finds the kill with the pop. He's just been going ham at Kuro.
So what Kuro is doing is he's spacing for the Lesh, but I'm not sure it's the way to go about this. I think they're really strong together, but when they split up, Shaman gets exposed, right? It's what I've been talking about with like this hero as a numbers hero in lane almost, where outnumbering or at least matching is really good. He's this soloing around.
This is really good body blocking from Mind Control. It's buying GH so much time just to throw the phone book at Ninja Boogie while the buff was available, but now they can turn around. Another Storm Ball, consume the Mango. GH isn't in a real world of hurt, but he's got the movement speed. So he'll get himself away and then turns the spear around the opposite direction, up towards Ninja Boogie, trying to help Mind Control find it. He can't do any more damage here.
This is Salvan Beast. He's gonna be okay, but Elder Titan probably has to start considering either going back to base or going to 2. Sticking around for now though, but GH is not really in fighting shape, so
he's just zoning with the spirit more than anything else.
Wait, Lich is stacking for Elder Titan on the other team? That's a very interesting decision.
Oh god, actually GH, he walked straight back in!
He wanted to die, I think.
Yeah, but not to the heroes.
I'm not sure. That was... What else was the plan there?
Yeah.
If he wanted... At the same time though, he used a Tango earlier. He could have died to the neutral camp, or he could have run and died to a tower or whatever. But yeah, he needed to come back here and have resources. To me, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that was on purpose, because GH generally doesn't do shit like that.
Yeah.
Without thinking about it. Good damage. All these stack creeps. See, this is the downside. Lich has made this big stack for Sven, but it's actually favoring Elder Titan currently, because he gets to run this Astral Spirit through it and be really strong. Especially when he hits level 3, I would imagine he might go for a 0-2-1 build just because of this stack. It can be super powerful. Stack this other camp for himself, so and both of them. E is going to hit very, very hard. Failed 1 stack.
There's still a hell of a lot of money to grab up later, and that's by Ragey Potato on bottom lane. Normally he's been the one trying to kill off Kuro.
Alright, look at GH now.
Yeah, that's it. Back up to GH. Alright.
He didn't get it through the big camp. He either missed a lot of potential damage. It didn't seem to run through the big camp like he wanted it to. So, okay. Not too big of a threat after all.
Yeah. But, yeah, Weeha killed off Moon in mid, so that's a nice...
That is huge.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the exact opposite of last game. Weeha was... It recovered nicely in the lane this time and got the kill, when last time it was Moon getting the kill on Wii with a little bit of help from Mirana. So that's the 1k gold difference that we're seeing right now. It's all about that mid lane mainly. Bounty Rune time.
Oh, GH. God, he hit so hard with plus 101. Nico had no other choice but to throw out the stun. But this means that with the movement down, they're probably going to lose a lot of these bounty runes. While on bottom lane, KP keeps his own run going. Quick, overwhelming odds to give him the movement speed to get away from Miracle's Edict.
Yeah, look at just the gold distribution right now for Liquid's cores. They almost have the top 3 net worth minute 5. They've got to be feeling really good about the way their cores are doing this time around. And Weeha is, you know, doing his thing. He's a full level ahead in mid. He's flying out. I think that's Boots.
Boots and a null.
Maybe he could try another kill.
Actually, it's Miracle's null.
Yeah, if he had a null on TA,
GH is in trouble again, but then again he does so much damage he can help Mind Control get the revenge kill into Ninja Boogie. The army of neutrals comes out. Shackles on bottom lane. Ragey Potato getting caught out. KP tries to break him free, but they press the attack. Comes just a little too late. Miracle already hit him with the Split Earth.
Much, much better for like this time. And you gotta feel like in this game, maybe they can transition much better because of the DP struggling. A lot of the tempo in the last game was decided by that. Oh, KP bottom.
Yeah, you still have defensive disruption available, however, but he loses the time to move with movement speed from press the attack. Stick charge is also available. Dodges the Split Earth, bouncing around the side, but the last attack still comes in. Miracle. Another Shackle will come in, as well as Weeha. Ragey Potato nowhere to run, gets hit by the Mel Strike, and Miracle claims the double kill. And Weeha quickly TPs back towards the mid, while up on top GH with his plus 108 damage, hitting into Ninja Boogie, hitting into Nico. as hard as he possibly can. Just hits 2 heroes and gets plus 80.
I actually think the Legion commander survives there. He disrupts the Leshrac instead. Disrupting the Legion kind of got him cornered. And it got himself killed in the end as well, because then he kind of stuck around and then Weeha came down and got a bonus, so bit of a mistake there from...
Now Moon, rotation from Kuro, hits the he got the courier too! With the side blade hit!
Oh boy, what a...
You'll take it if you're Liquid. You'll take everything right now.
It's funny how you can sit down, you can look at the drafts, and you can be like, man, Mineski, you know, when they get to this mid game and it comes to the team fight, it's gonna be great. But when if the lanes go like this, it doesn't even matter. It's like, this is... They just got flat out run over in the first 5 minutes. Like Liquid are angry and they're waking up.
Oh my god, look at the damage. He's got movement speed as well as the damage on him, so Nico just gets beaten down.
They're getting stopped.
But it still feels like this is all just set up with like the earlier stacks. Moon, TA trap, Weeha, they burn through the refraction, the crew swarm, not enough damage even with the 2 points in shadow, the 2 stacks of shadow poison.
Oh, he might die now in his D.
Plus 80. Just keep punching him. Just keep punching him.
I would say, like, this is not about me defending myself or something, but like the laning stage of Liquid in this game is going super well, and it's going better than it should, I think. In many ways, you shouldn't get a solo kill mid with TA against the... There was no involvement from anyone else, right? You got the solo kill on the DP.
So.
They've been trading very well top, and they've been winning bottom after the Kuro First Blood was given away. The Shadow Demon and Legion Commander have been dying maybe a little bit more than was necessary down here, especially the Shadow Demon with the 3 deaths. And that's just snowballed really, really hard. Like, Liquid have an amazing start now. 4k gold lead, 8 minutes in. All of their cores are looking absolutely fantastic in the game, and
here they go again.
Yep.
Shackles out, KP. 2-stick charges, damage reduction from Ninja Boogie will help him survive. And now Miracle underneath the tower still wants to try and press this. A little dangerous.
He gets slowed down too hard. And now we need to look at it from the other side, right? So this probably did not go the way Mineski were expecting. Should be fine up top here. Oh, never mind, there's a roar.
GH, he's only got plus 61, didn't hit up too many. Now the extra TP support's coming in. 4 supports up on top lane to try and bring down GH.
I think he's fine. They don't have mana for a stun.
Well, they don't. And in fact, meanwhile, Legion Commander dies on bottom lane. Ninja Boogie, Mind Control is the one going after him with the force slows down. They're having a hard time staying on top. Miracle's taking that tower as well. Mind Control will just walk this off, but GH is coming back in again, plus 120 on the damage. With the movement speed, Mineski is living in a world of fear. And Kuro will drop. Looks like Moon caught him out inside the Trinity camp.
So now that Liquid had this amazing start, you need to look at this lineup for Mineski in a different light. Is how does it play from behind? And that is a totally different story, because Sven wants to farm. He needs some time, and the DP losing the lane means that tempo is gone from that lane, and the Legion Commander, who can usually be this early pressure, is also struggling as Shadow Demon just... they did not fall for that.
He just stops moving.
No, he sent an illusion away, hoping they'll go for it. They didn't care. Like, what are you trying to do, dude? At least Nico got this one bounty rune top, but yeah. This is like the opposite world now in this game. So compared to last game where Liquid were behind, granted they weren't behind by this much, but they were behind. Their lineup had more options for coming back than it feels like this Dire lineup has from this brave of an early game.
Yep.
Because DP is too weak, she will die to the burst. The Legion Commander's laning stage doesn't allow it to really go in and get duels off. And Sven flat out doesn't want to fight. He wants to front. So Liquid are...
Even if you get the duel now, there is a save that arrives. It arrives through Miracle having the Yule Scepter available.
Yeah, that's true.
So the rotation is normally coming from the 3 position, which is meant to change the momentum, starts to fall behind.
And it's really down to how amazing this bottom and mid lane have gone. Mind Control's lane in this game also went great, but I think the bottom lane especially, they got so much out of it for a Miracle, and also Kuro's game, sitting on really good gold right now, working toward probably an Aether Lens. He has the mana boots as position 5 minute 10. Super nice. Weeha just, you know, it seems like when he's on the comfort, he's rolling.
Yep.
It's that TA again. We weren't completely sure about it. They were running out of time. They were like, do we see anything else? And we were saying, yeah, it's maybe not the best TA game. You know, the lane matchup, he doesn't care. It's his TA, man.
Liquid coming for a fight. They got Roar available, but it's taking a little too long to get closer towards Moon and KP. The TP to the Shrine. But they realize the TP's happen, and what does Kuro instantly do? Aggressive move forward, look for the wards. His sentry is just out of range of that obs. Only just.
Yeah, okay. It's about as close as it gets.
Yeah. He's going to move over as well and potentially break this smoke of Mineski. They're back behind the tier 2 tower. They're actually, like, they're drawing to rotate around through the top. Catching a Miracle would be absolutely huge for them. But have they actually got enough? Miracle's got Your Scepter available, and Miracle, no way! No way! They didn't, now they will! They will, they're pulling back with the Sinister Gaze, cancelling the TP. It was only because the Observer and Sentry even break the tree line down, and Miracle will fall. He's got the Your Scepter, and it won't work, and KP even arrives at the duel out. Ragey Potato with the man to claim the kill. And that was almost the greatest juke, but defensive obs and sentry.
I actually can't believe they couldn't see him to begin with. I was sure the DP got vision of him, but yeah, fog is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a big kill, like you said. It helps. There's still a long way to go right now for Mineski, but it's the start of something good, perhaps. You gotta keep finding the whatever you can get. So your map has been limited very, very much already. You've lost 3 towers with 13. You still have quite a ways to go to get key items. Legion Commander doesn't have her first item yet. DP doesn't have her first item yet. And Sven finally getting a 13-minute Midas on the losing side will not be able to contribute very much to this game for probably the next 5 to 10 minutes. So
we have a quick look at this juke from Miracle. Into the trees, around Moon, around Ninja Boogie. Just the 3 of them there able to cover up.
Yeah, Ninja Boogie must have caught a glimpse of him because of how fast he gazed him there. They used the ward to it, so. Oh. Well, back to real time. Leshrac pull into stun and easy pick onto Shadow Demon. And you see how cornered they are, right? If you're playing Sven and you lose the laning stage this hard, the game generally gets very difficult because it's kind of 4-on-5 with Sven farming, but he doesn't have the space to farm because Liquid identify that they're super far ahead. So they're just playing very, very aggressively. They're going to take Roshan minute 14 with Shadow Shaman and the TA.
Moon's coming over though. It's just TA trap comes in and yeah, Roshan's already taken it now. Moon, because the TA trap hexed up, KP's nearby. And Kuro just walks it off. They're meant to be the intimidating ones though. Like there's the saves, there's the movement from Mineski, there's the big team fight. Now Moon has to be pressed the attack, gets him away from the split earth. Ninja Boogie will die in the meantime, but Death Prophet shackled up 4 heroes right on top of him. God, nowhere is safe.
I'm thinking about what the play is for Mineski. I think you actually have to try to fight with Sven. I know it sounds crazy. He has a Midas only.
He's not ready to fight.
But what if you don't? Like, what do you think is going to happen in this game? Liquid are going to take tower after tower. They're going to keep controlling. You're not going to be able to farm anyway. Like, realistically, this Echo Saber doesn't even happen if you don't take a fight. You kind of have to fight to earn the space to farm, right? Now they lost 3 bounty runes. Looks like they are getting something. Oh, that's
point-blank range with mind control as well as Miracle. Rage Potato will still end up going down behind the double kill. And the Shackles, they're holding Sven in position. He's got no other choice but to fight now. But maybe Moon with the Exorcism and the dual damage output, they can bring down Miracle and turn their attention over towards the Templar Assassin. Weehar is a huge kill to take. He's already got a triple kill. They'll burn through the Aegis Immortal. Mind control is nearby. He's just pushing the Great Wave for the moment. As Weehar, he wants to fight in towards KP. A quick press to attack. Moon and KP want to run out, but the TA trap slows them down. Mind control still waiting for the right time to get in. But all he can do is give him the vision.
That was the right idea from Mineski, though. That's what they needed to do. They got a really good Chain Frost, but it bounced off to the Hawk. And Mind Control flew it away. You don't even control it, right? He's just casted. You can't control the Hawk anymore, so it's just going there. And fortunately for him, the last chance the Lich ulti has of bouncing on it does do that. And that was a huge thing for that fight for Liquid. If that Chain Frost would have kept bouncing, I think Mineski get a little bit of a comeback there. And Sven did fight, and I think, again, it was the right thing to do. Now he doesn't have God Strength. Now it's, like, really useless.
Dire's middle tower has
you gotta try it again. Next God Strength, next DP ulti, look for the fight. See if you can get something done. You still, when you are down this much, getting even an even fight is good.
They're starting on Miracle. Purge him up. How much damage you got, but you don't have that God Strength to balance. But Ragey Potato just keeps going in, stacking up as much poison as possible, and they have enough. Ragey Potato gets the pop. Meanwhile, Lich will die. GH pumping hard, 149 damage a hit. Now press the attack, turning around with Weeha's Meld Strike. Moon just does not have enough armor or life to survive, and even KP doesn't have the movement speed. Triggers the phase boots, but he'll run over the top of a TA trap. Another slow down. Press attack will help him break free. ET will put him to sleep with the stomp and the splitter. They'll put everything they've got into KP, and Weeha will then follow up with the meld connection too. And KP, difficult to kill, but not impossible.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
10,000 gold lead. So what I was getting at was when you're this far behind, minute 17, even an even fight is a big win for you. Like breaking even on kills will give you much more than the enemy team. And
I love this. Miracle using the Beastmaster's board to close the distance easily, right on top of Nico. And SD was in the neighborhood as well. They clean up the illusions just to save Kuro's life.
Weeha setting a trap top, literally.
Is under attack.
Ready to go with that blink dagger Deso.
If Moon walks out, he's dead, I think. He still doesn't have a Yule.
No, not available. Spirit Siphon won't be enough. KP can't get there in time. Weeha just knows what he can get away with. It's 3 years chasing him. But he's already blinked. They can't close the distance.
He's fine.
Nice rune as well for Miracle. Easy arcane for a Leshrac.
Service to imbalance.
And that should be enough to seal the fate of the tier 2 tower on bottom lane.
Man, I can't believe he still doesn't have a Yule minute 18 on DP. He's been destroyed this game.
Dire's bottom
He's been trying.
won't last long.
Only 100 or 90 gold away from it.
Dire's bottom
You gotta wonder,
tower
Liquid, like, getting this kind of momentum has gotta feel really good for them. You know, they've had a hard time so far. Now they're really clicking in this game. Everything is just combining exactly the way they wanted to with their strategy, with their individual plays. Nobody has made any big mistakes. It's got to feel good for them moving forward. The game is not over yet, but it's very close. They have a huge advantage. The Dota Plus says 97%, and I think the last 3% comes down to Liquid basically overextending and getting caught in a fight where the Death Prophet gets to have a full ulti running, and maybe they get a good Chain Frost. Yeah. Options are very limited right now for the Dire side.
They're just trying to get any kind of vision control over the bottom. Stun over on Dven, put to sleep, but there's no follow-up. Team Liquid, like, Weeha's still farming up. He's wanting to finish the BKB before Liquid fight. This is, as you said, like, it's such a cleaner game from Team Liquid.
Oh, they found the Lesh. Oh, well, Lesh found them, kind of. He broke the smoke on Legion.
Where's the attack then? You're coming down further, you're putting down more sentry wards, more
They want to go
ops.
for the bounties at 20, I think.
Liquid are ready to push in through top. Mass Open was level 2, ready to plant down. And Mineski are on the other side of the map. They're here for the 20-minute bounty runes, as you said, but Liquid know what they're here for. They're here for a tier 3 tower. ET Spirit moved around the back. They don't see anybody. Now they'll see Moon, who can just try and slow down the wave. But the damage reduction on the tower can't even help it. It just dies so quickly. KP's trying to get rid of these wards, but that means it's a jump in. The side blade hit. Moon and Ninja Boogie down to 50% so quickly. We finished the job over on Ninja Boogie. Nice double stomp from Nico. That allowed them to go right over the top of Miracle. Dead for 50 seconds. The stomp, slowing things down. Defensive disruption from Reggie Potato. They still need to bring down Weeha. This BKB time is being wasted. KP needs the movement speed to get away. He'll have it, but Nico won't be so lucky with the overwhelming odds and the chain have taken heavy amounts of damage. And Kuro just can't get away from it. It's the sentry wall that's planted down. They see everything, and Reggie Potato's poison finishes the job. Boogie is dying to balls of mind control. And Weeha wants to go for another fight. Into Reggie Potato, hits with the Mel Strike. Triple kill for him. TA trapped it down as well. KP's got no other choice but to really turn around and try and fight this. A 3-man silence. Moon through the back line. He needs to bring down one of these big calls. He's looking towards Weeha. He may be able to have it. No refraction. Mel's available, but the sentry was still there. Weeha will go down. GH now with a splitter, but the duel is out. How much damage have you got? A fair amount. That's 209 plus over on the ET, but that's why SD's defensive disruption saves KP, gives him the duel victory. And Mineski, they're actually holding the line there. Lane of Rags is still intact, injured but intact.
Yeah, I think Miracle overestimated how tanky he was there. He actually stood very aggressively between these barracks with, again, they don't have any save on their team, as we've talked about in their draft. If you play without a save on the Shrek, if you're gonna go in and die for your team, it needs to set up something big. But it felt like the risk reward there wasn't really favoring how aggressively he was standing. You could still edict the barracks from further away than he did and maybe be a little safer. But the double stun from Sven really allowed Mineski to hold their base, and they won a duel. They got the big kill from the TA, which was very clutch Yule from Moon. It was almost a finished Elder Titan Stomp, and then Yuled him to cancel that, and they could chase for the kill. And Moon got 1k gold for that kill. So he has a Ghost Scepter.
It was 11 kill streak.
Yep. Liquid are still very firmly in the lead. There was only a minor bump because there was a buyback coming out from the Lich.
Yeah,
they did get the tier 3 tower.
Share both the Lich as well as SD.
Oh, SD bought back too. Yeah, you're right.
They got 2 of them.
Yep. So 2 buybacks. But the good news for Mineski is, first of all, they hold, and secondly, maybe their Sven will get another item than the Echo Saber before this next fight. He can get a dagger, perhaps they can get the surprise jump, catch supports in the back line, or blow up the Leshrac, as the Aegis has been given to Wii once again.
The very, I like this optimistic version of you, Sin. This is that top team fight once more.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
And you see Miracle here. He's standing very aggressively. Just gets Demonic Purged and killed off. And
it's like
Liquid kind of
BKB got weighted because like one was asleep, the other was imprisoned.
Yep, the saves buying time. Nice overwhelming odds here, and then eventually the Chain Frost also. This was a really good fight for Mineski. That's super hard. Back in live though.
Yeah, he's the man on the front lines trying to bait out with the Aegis and more big abilities. Another Yule Scepter being used. The Blink Dagger is now on this Sven. So he's got the jump ready to go. They're just ticking down on Wii.
They don't have any heals, so I think they might have to call this one off.
The Frank's already TPing to bottom lane. Miracle's gone. Oh yeah, it's true. He's got BTs. He can come back.
He could come back. He's just going to clean this up while the rest of his team stay together and control the area. And then once this push is out bottom, you would imagine he comes back. This time, Miracle will have a cheese. So if they want to kill him, it has to be a burst or in a duel, which is entirely possible. Love this choice from DP, by the way, what Moon is going. I think it's the perfect item right now. You're struggling, you have to find a way of getting into the backlines and getting into the fight. He's going to go Blink Dagger after the Ghost Scepter and just try to set something up.
Team Liquid is smoked. Weeha reveals himself in towards mid, but Moon's caught on the wrong side of the tracks.
Oh, he's so dead.
He needs to go to the trees.
He didn't get caught, though.
Hiding in the trees, though, he feels like something is coming his way. See, well, fly from mind control, and Moon will hold back his own Crypt Swarm.
He just wants his dagger. Oh, he's gonna cast it when he gets 2 melee creeps here.
Oh, jump forward. You already got the storm bomb, but no Nico!
Wait,
he's on the hill! He blinked forward and actually clipped himself! Oh no! Disruption from Reggie, but at least he'll dodge the one stun, but how the hell does Nico get down from here? He actually had teased himself, roared, shackled, and split earth. Everything they had, they threw at him!
He tipped his teammate.
Tipped by his own teammate. That is, God damn it.
Oh, that's so... You know, I was really looking forward to this fight because I thought it would be really cool to see how they could execute from this far behind, and I was sure, like, Twitter super favorite, they're gonna win this fight, but I still want to see this fight out of Mineski, what they can do with it.
And he blinks on a hill.
How does that even happen? He must have overshot the blink, right? When we click it too far and it does 3/4 of the range or 4/5. And he landed on the... Oh man, that stings.
On the bright side, he'll be back up again in 12 seconds and won't lose a Rax, but he won't have God Strength.
I'm surprised Liquid aren't pressing the issue way harder. I think they could have just taken the Rax straight up. Sven without his God Strength down for 40 seconds, I think they could have gone top and just dropped the snakes.
They're having a hard time keeping their creep waves alive.
Yeah, maybe they didn't have it. I wasn't paying very close attention to the waves. But...
they were all slightly outside the base. Sentry Wards being planted, same down the Plague Wards. Suburban Wards gets get rid of that melee Rax, but the fortifications up. Wee! 2 hits, Ninja Boogie down, going in very, very deep. He's got the Eager Simulator, well, he's still got the Nullifier available too, and they're burning through him. Moon's done the work. Weeha defensive refraction charge. He's actually walking this off. He's not gonna go down. Moon blinks in, goes for the Yule Scepter once again, brought up as a counter from mind control defense disruption from Reggie Potato. All it's doing is just ensuring that Moon survives through the exorcism, but they've already taken the top lane of Rax. Clean to get in and out from Team Liquid.
Not losing the Aegis means they can go again very soon. Weeha's going to TP back and use the Shrine, and they're probably going to reconnect and keep playing aggressively around the bottom triangle area. Get in there while they still have this Aegis for another minute. The only thing that is long on a long cooldown is the Shaman wards. 40 seconds on the Roar will be available for the Aegis still. And they might just go straight mid instead. Okay.
Exism's down.
Our tower is under attack.
Baked Potato's trying to get rid of the creep wave, but it won't work. Moon doesn't really have a lot to give, but now they got the damage. Miracle consumes the cheese, straight back up to full life. GH puts him to sleep, and Sven, he's not going to be caught out. Earth split it up, Ninja Boogie, now throw out that Chain Frost. As much damage as they've got left, Sven will have to buy back as Mind Control and GH walk away from each other. Actually, they can just tank through it. Miracle, however, cannot tank through this. The duel will hold him in position and bring him down, while Weeha try to get cheeky into the back line to get some damage output, but it's Beneski running forward, the war cry, everyone buffed up, everyone looking for the kill, and they're going to get it on Weeha, burn through the Aegis Immortal, the buyback now comes in from the Lash, and he'll TP himself forward into the Death Prophet, stunned up from Mind Control's Roar, and they turn their attention towards the 3 position. KP, defensive disruption will buy some time, but Miracle will just end up going for both. Weeha will take care of one, the shackles from Kuro burns through the Ghost after time at the SD as KP really keeps trying to outrun them, but it won't work. The Nullify follows. The only thing keeping Meneski in this game right now are these buybacks to potentially defend the lane of Rax. They'll still lose their range. But attack goes for more. Sven, he's still farming up the top lane. He's not even back just yet. He's TPing home to regen up, but they'll lose their mid lane of Rax. One left.
Shaman wards are up again. Death Prophet Exo in 5 seconds. You saw them holding there before without the exorcism, so this time they will have it, but Liquid's lead is now really huge.
They forced off him forward, instantly evaporates. Down for a minute and a half, exorcism or not.
Force into the instant burst from Kuro, and
that's why they tipped
him.
The game. It was Kuro's first forced off, and GG is called Meneski. They did everything they possibly could to hold that ground, but my God. Team Liquid, we thought their draft was going to be slow, but hey, when you win all 3 lanes, your game seems to go well. Here's our official GG.
Yeah, that was just it was a totally different Liquid in this game. They played great in all 3 lanes. Weeha especially really stepped up his game from the previous one.
Getting the solo kill, as well as then even claiming